PLD Projects. I'm coming live at 2 a.m. my time. I don't know where everybody else is at this point, but at 2 a.m. my time, I brought together some of my better friends in the community, and we're just going to go live and talk about whatever comes up. And Kelsey's been talking a lot about things coming up in the last couple of minutes. So we're going to start with some of that, I believe. And David's got some great stories about some Schmoedown music we got. We're just going to let this thing be a little bit of free flow. If you guys have any comments, anything you want to throw out there in the chat, you can do Streamlabs, you can do Super Chat, you can do, or you can do Super Chat here, Streamlabs, or you can do regular questions, whatever you want to do. We'll just see what happens. But first, I'll introduce the people we got here. I got some people in the backstage area, too. We're going to try to rotate through because everybody wants to be on PLD Projects, supposedly. I don't know why. But, they do. First off, I was just on Call to Action Live with her. She's one of my favorite co-hosts on the Call to Action podcast. Kelsey Kins, how are you doing, babe?
Hi, doing good. Thanks for having me on here. I say some inappropriate things in the chat. Next thing I know, I'm being invited to be on a stream. So it's going to be fun.
Talking about that kind of stuff. I'm like, we're just going to have it. We're just going to have it live on air and let her get these thoughts out, feelings out. Or no judgment here. That's what I said. I said she wouldn't be judged here. So no judgment.
No judgment here.
No judgment.
Judgment-free zone.
Yep. Judgment-free zone. Yep.
And next to Kelsey, we got the one and only call sign Coinless David B. Jan away with that great music at the beginning. Loved it. Little Van Halen-esque. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for inviting me. This is this should be fun.
Absolutely.
Mark.
It's as fun as we make it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I gotta say. So
I'm not completely coinless. Just for my dear friend Lucas, I have this.
The Space Camp coin?
It's the Space Camp coin.
So cute.
That's a lovely coin.
Also, recently, my dear lovely friend Thrawn sent me this coin.
Oh, what is that one?
The mirror.
Wait.
Can y'all see that?
Ooh, the Chimera.
Yeah, Grand Admiral Thrawn. That's what I thought it said. That's pretty freaking sweet.
That is awesome. The Chimera is the coolest ship in Star Wars.
So I don't need your stupid action arm.
That's a good thing. It's been a long time before you get it. I told him to mail it out, but I gave him my address, so I got a second one.
I'm okay. I'm cool, man. Cool.
Okay. All right. Well, just beneath me is one of my favorite people in the Schmoedown community. I met him at Spectacular, and we've been close ever since. My boy Shug, how are you, man? Good to have you on my show.
I thought you were talking about Ferris. I'm sorry. What's going on? What's going on, PLD? How you doing tonight, man?
The guy who actually runs the podcast, not the guy who just appears on it.
I mean, I didn't say it, but
it's a fact, though.
Should we go? Do you guys need some private time or something?
Have a conversation.
No problem.
Hash things out.
He's my sugar bear. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Chris Adams calls me Sugar Bear. So
I saw that. I gotta love that. There you go.
Sugar Bear.
Can't go wrong there. Yes, and just so you know, Ferris is in the background, guys, and he says, "Really, bitch, fuck you, Paul," in the private chat, and that's okay.
Ferris,
we love Ferris. We love him.
I love Ferris too. Whiskers, calls on Whiskers. You gotta love him. He takes a lot of shit from everybody, but he's a good dude. So,
he's the best. I love him to death.
So, just so if you are watching this the first time, it's kind of be an after dark kind of podcast. Nothing's gonna be censored. I don't know what's gonna go on. I can't control this crew, so we're gonna see what happens. Next show, we got Action Army General. The buck stops here. Mr. Baseball himself, Brandon Buck. What's going on, buddy?
Just not looking forward to tomorrow being Monday. But I feel like today is the 7th year anniversary of one of the best comic book movies of all time, Man of Steel, that we really should be, because there's only, for me, an hour left. So I really feel like we should talk about that.
Man of Steel. I can talk to Man of Steel. We'll get there.
A good point.
I love Man of Steel. All right, Ferret. Yes, Jared. Yes, Jared Ferris is in the background. He'll be coming out. We're gonna try to rotate some people through.
Ferris is in the back.
Ferris in the back. That's what he does.
And that's where Ferris likes it, in the back.
That's what I've heard.
From behind, yep.
From behind, down deep. It's all good.
It's fine.
We like to keep him happy.
all have the things we like, and that's what he likes.
Absolutely. Well, you can go to Kelsey for some advice on some of that stuff as well. So
It's like we said, judgment-free zone. It's all good.
judgment free.
Judgment free.
Of course. No
Judgment-free,
judgment.
baby.
No judgment.
And of course, next to Brandon Buck, we got one of the guys that is also on a lot of different podcasts, especially the Fish Stock Initiative. He's the Video Drew's Crow, as he likes to say. Danny, we've been talking about getting together for some time. How you doing, my brother?
Yes, my brother. I'm just here to say how honored am I to be here doing this Christmas special with you, Paul, alongside this sexual symbol that is Kelsey, this artist that is David B, the god of music of the Schmodown, Sugar that is one of my best friends, and Brandon that I just met right now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Love you,
Perfect.
Danny. Love you, Danny.
Now I'm going to do this real quick. We will be back on. I'm going to just get Ferris on here real quick just to say hi. So, Brandon, I'm going to pop out just for a second.
That's fine.
But first, actually, I'm going to do something first. Hi, Lucas. You made your debut on the show.
Wow. Love you, Lucas. Woo!
Never appeared on a podcast. You had no idea I was going to do that, but I love it. How you doing, Lucas?
Pretend I can.
I had some idea. You're very predictable, you know.
I but I appreciate you letting me do that.
Thank you, David B.
You're welcome. Just for you, bud.
All right, Lucas, I'll put you back in the background. If you want to come back on later, you just let me know, man. You just let me know.
I'll be here. I'll be here.
All right, there you go. And then, hi,
There he
Ferris.
is.
Hi, Ferris. How you doing?
Are you still working, Ferris?
I think Ferris looks a little busy. So he's saying hi. I'll put him back in the background. He'll go back a little bit later.
Sorry, I'm looking for some good deli meat. My bad. You know.
Are you mugging someone right now, Ferris? Is that it?
Good beat for Ferris. All right, here we go. And we'll bring Buck back on. All right. You want to talk about Man of Steel? Let's talk about Man of Steel. I want a Man of Steel 2 so badly. I've always wanted a Man of Steel 2. Man of Steel is my favorite DCEU movie. I think we can possibly get there after we see the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling people. I'm like, wait till we see Snyder's cut. Now, which one's going to be canon, though?
I think you got to go with Snyder's. Well,
Great question.
whatever one's better received. And Justice League wasn't very well received without the Snyder cut, so I think it's going to be the
It
Snyder
was
cut.
awful. It was awful.
There was a good movie in there somewhere, but it was just ruined when they tried to make it Defenders. Basically, is what happened. They added the comedy
Yeah.
bits to it. It didn't really work out.
Did you guys really hate Justice League? Like, were
Yeah.
you really like?
Yes.
I mean,
I
was-
don't hate.
I like parts of it. As a
But it's a
person that
bad movie.
I don't look at a movie like a critic. Now that I've been part of the Schmodown community, I've kind of started looking at movies like a critic. But I liked Justice League. It wasn't the greatest movie, but I would watch it and be like, oh, okay, there was some good stuff in there that I thought that I really liked. But yeah, I'm excited to see the Snyder cut. Really,
There was some good stuff in there, but unfortunately, it was just covered up by a lot of shit. It was the tone was completely different. That's part of the problem. It was like part of the time you have some of the Snyder stuff and some of the darker stuff, and then it also would flip into like slapstick and like Marvel humor. It just didn't. It was not cohesive at all. And I even talk about the CGI mustache. Don't
Oh
take
my
it.
Yeah, I was about
Please.
to say that
Oh,
too. There was like unnecessary use
Oh my
of
God.
CGI.
That
So-
opening scene of the camera footage, the cell phone footage,
Ugh.
I still don't understand the whole point of that scene.
It didn't even
Doesn't-
need to be there.
It doesn't do anything. They don't reference it. The kids aren't later in the movie. It makes no sense.
And to me, you should have just kept him with a mustache. Superman deserves a mustache. Look at this son of a bitch. It's a super mustache. That's what it would have been.
it's a great mustache. It's a great, yeah.
Because he wasn't able to shave when he was dead. So how do we know he didn't grow a mustache?
You never know. You never know. I mean, I think so. I think
Good
you should.
point.
But the Snyder Cut coming. I'm excited about the Snyder Cut.
Me too.
I've been wanting to see. I'm a big Zack Snyder fan. I think he gets a lot of flack over something.
I am too.
But he's just a very visual director, and that's what the best part about him is that he
Mhm.
creates beautiful visual shots. Yeah, I get sometimes his dialogue isn't the greatest sometimes, but he's got great ambition, and that's what I need to see. Somebody takes something and they want to do something instead of just throwing something out there. He's going to throw something really beautiful out there, and if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't always stick for everybody. But I can accept a lot of what he does. I've never not liked the Zack Snyder movie, to be honest with you.
There's There's only one
Except Sucker Punch.
that I don't like. It's that one with all the women in it. Which
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
yeah, that one.
I love Sucker Punch.
See, you're the first person, Kelsey, I've ever
The
heard say that.
music was fine.
First person. I love the music. It was a music video. It really was a music video. is
Yeah,
it
it's
was.
what I felt like it was like a 90 to 100-minute music video. I'm like, but like every other one of his movies, I love. There's something in it that I absolutely love.
I actually completely agree. I'm actually with Kelsey. I thought it was a fine movie. I mean, I get why some people don't like it, but it still was very a visual feast. It had a lot of cool things to say. I mean, it wasn't a movie I'd go back to all the time, but it's definitely not something I actively hate. But let's see. Yes, Lucas, I agree.
Yeah, it's the worst fucking opening to a movie,
Why?
dude.
So bad.
So
Yeah,
bad.
it didn't make sense,
Ugh.
but I wasn't too bothered by it. It didn't like, but I could understand where Brandon's coming from. It didn't take me out of the movie, but I could see it taking people out of the movie and just like, what was the point of it?
It was
didn't
this
make
whole
sense.
merger. This whole merger created such an issue because I think Zach left like 3 months left before it was supposed to come out, and Josh reshot like 75% of the movie in that time. Everything was completely rushed, and because they wanted to make sure that it still got out in November 2017 before the merger, so all these execs could get their massive paychecks.
Mm-hmm. That's shitty.
That's facts, man. That's just facts.
Sugar Bear 53. Sucker Punch was to be kind. I will just say not great.
great.
Here's the thing: Suicide Squad is not good either. I love that movie. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's movies that you like that are not good.
It's not that. The only thing I don't like is the whole choice.
Can you
of
do
the
that again,
villain.
Brandon?
The dancing.
Does someone
Wow.
want to clip this
Brandon-
out?
Brandon, can you stand up real quick and give us a white shot of it, please? Just,
No.
just for reference. I need it for reference.
No, because if I stand up, the camera's gonna point at one section.
Oh my God.
I don't want to do
Don't
that. I
touch
said
me.
that.
we don't need PLD getting copyright strikes, okay?
No, I did say
Not
that.
now.
No Wonkas on the table for
no
this.
real hot Wonkas on the table.
You
Yeah.
might get a fake Wonka.
You might get
I mean,
fake
Oh,
Wonkas on the
sure.
table.
That actually looked really cool. How you just did that? It literally.
Sorry,
just
and
looked
I
right.
apologize to people. I don't usually vape on camera, but I'm drinking, and so
I kind of like it.
I
man.
like it. It looks
I
cool.
It looks. People say it looks tacky.
Come
so
to
I
this
don't know.
mod.
It looks badass. I like it.
Yeah, I think it was badass. You're like a badass motherfucker. You're like this big gangster back there. Going,
Yeah, like
Oh,
Come
stop!
mob
Stop
boss
it,
guy
PLD.
with his
come at me. That's what you gotta say.
Shug, I want to be
You
you
look
when I grow up.
beautiful. You look beautiful, Sugar. You know that.
Appreciate it, Danny. Appreciate it, man.
By the way,
So-
about the whole Zack Snyder thing, as a filmmaker myself, here's my 2 cents about
I'd
it.
love to hear you for 2 cents, Danny. Go ahead.
As a filmmaker, as a director, you have to know how to make visually interesting your film.
Mhm.
However, when you are in the domain of fiction and America's way of educating their filmmakers is to be a storyteller, sometimes those two things don't match up sometimes. Because of that, I do think that Mr. Snyder should have laid down a little bit in the story side, in the dialogue side, in all the screenwriter shit, and just lay down visually, because this is where he has potential. The problem with Sucker Punch is that he was very immersed in his own style visually.
Mhm.
That's why when we saw that, it basically is a video music or something. However, as a filmmaker, I can really understand the feeling that Snyder had by not being able to finish his movie. That's a very hard feeling. I know that it's very common in American industry. It's not that common here in Brazil or in other countries, but I know that in Hollywood especially, it is very common. So even though I know that some people didn't like the whole campaign, release the Snyder Cut or whatever, I think it's very important for this industry that goes worldwide, because I was raised seeing Disney movies in Brazil. I think it's very important to give the opportunity to this man to just show his vision. It maybe sucks. We don't know it yet. However, it's very important for the state there is Warner Brothers, for the state there is the whole DCU, for him to show his vision right
Well, we
now.
got to let him finish out his vision because he had a great vision with Man of Steel, and that was mostly well received. Some people didn't like some things, but mostly it was well received. Batman vs Superman, when they actually released his version, the Ultimate Edition, the long version, people got into it a whole lot more than the
I like it better.
Yes,
The
way
theatrical
better,
one is
way
hard. It
better.
is
And it
really
laid-
hard.
right, and it laid more groundwork. And I think Justice League was going to build off of that. When so I want to see the completion of that vision because that to me, you're taking Man of Steel into the Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition and have that finish up that storyline that they had created. That could give us a great movie. Could be a great movie. Could it suck? It could.
It's
But
possible.
It's possible. That's one of the knocks.
That I
Good.
hate that whole thing. I
Oh my
like
God.
I like the heart attack storyline so much better.
Agreed.
Because he's so powerful and strong. He did so many things, but he couldn't stop that because humanity is fragile, and like that was a lesson to Superman. Like humans are fragile, and him being sucked up in a tornado or whatever is like does not do the same thing.
However, just to defend Zack's decision, I think for the situation that our society is right now, it's very important that the symbol of the most powerful superhero in existing human history, for him to not being able to show his power, because people are not being able to show their power
Right.
in real life.
And that was because that was
That's
a big
important.
deal from the film later on was Clark deciding whether he was actually going to show off to the world who he was because Dad didn't want him to. And
Because
I-
his dad knew,
Yeah.
like in today's society, how would the world react when someone from not even on this planet, an alien, comes down to Earth and shows these powers? Two things will happen. You'll have people that will think it's so cool, they'll accept it. And then you got you'll have that one section of people that's like, oh no, he should not live on this planet. We should banish him. We should basically kick him off the planet.
yeah, absolutely.
If I could interject, I feel like in terms of the character that is Superman, that kind of takes away from the character that we've all known and loved for the last 50, 60 years. Because the whole point of Superman is if he can save you, he will. That's the whole point, right? That was the whole point of like the whole like. I personally love also the Pa Kent heart attack. Because the one instance where Superman can't save his dad because there's literally nothing he could do about it with all his strength and all his might. It's just a human condition he can't do. But something like quickly using your super strength and your super speed to go get your dad from a tornado, he could clearly do that. And the Superman, at least I've grown and been intimate with and read in the comics and the animated series, if he could do it, he will. Because that's the whole point.
True, but he wasn't Superman yet.
Yeah, but I think,
That's a learn. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The whole movie is day one on the job. That's what Man of Steel is day one on the job.
Yeah,
That's why
I
there's
think.
so much explosions, buildings being torn. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I grew up watching like the Justice League cartoon, and I've always loved Superman, even Christopher Reeve, the original Superman. But I think, like Brandon said, it was job one, day one training, basically. These are he's learning how to be Superman. We're so used to Superman being this just he's an all powerful good guy that respects everything in life and everything, and he doesn't want to destroy it. But we're the movies the way they were made before kind of it like the movies now kind of like really go over a lot in like one movie. Like that general the Man of Steel went over basically his origin story, the General Zod, which if you think about it, the original Superman was the origin story, then Superman 2 was the Zod coming, so now we make movies that are really about covering so much in so little time. And I think what Warner Brothers should have done is gone the Avengers way and went one after another, do a Superman movie, do a Wonder Woman movie, do a Batman movie, then crossover, and then you do a Justice League movie where you bring in the Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman later down the line, and make a plan. Have a 6 or 7 year plan, and then bring these guys together. What they did this in a short amount of time, and said, okay, this is what you guys get. And since people back didn't like it, now they're like in this corner of like, okay, now we got to release the Snyder Cut to please these people, and so they'll be happy about it. Just so if we can continue with the Man of Steel 2, they'll come back. because they want to see that version of what they like.
Yeah.
So
I think
there-
the problem was they didn't want to try to be. I don't think they want to be accused of trying to rip off Marvel's success.
So I was gonna say, so when Justice League first came out, they had those people who were running basically the DCEU, Warner Brothers, and people asked, "How come you don't do what Marvel did?" They literally said, "Oh, we don't want to do it because that's the way they did it."
Right.
And
And
I'm
it's
like, it worked though. It worked
But it
so
worked.
well.
it did work. You're right. It did work, but at the same time, it's like if you do something and you repeat it and try to do the same way, you're going to have the people saying, "Oh, you copied Marvel."
but it's not going to be
But
the
the
same way.
Justice League characters-
These are different characters.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, I'll give you an example. We were actually talking. I was talking to David B about this tonight. Is the podcast? Okay, Call to Action was one of the first podcasts for the Schmodown. When we talked about doing a podcast, we said, "Hey, let's not copy Call to Action." But at the same time, we're still doing the same thing. There's no difference. It's just different personalities that are doing it. So Marvel, DC should have just been like, okay, we're kind of copying you, but not trying to copy you. We just have different characters, and their characters are different compared to the characters of Marvel. So it would have been fine. People would have been fine with it. I don't think people would accuse them of saying, "Oh, you're copying them." They're just saying, "Okay, you're introducing the characters the same way." It's a plan. This is the blueprint and how to do it that way. And I think people would have been fine with it. So
It's also how they do it in the comics, though. Like each comic run will have their story building up, and then they have an event, a crossover event. Like you don't just have a crossover event and you don't know who 75% of the characters are in it. Like they have their individual stories building up to it. So it's very reasonable formulaic for comic book movies to be that way. So I don't understand. You know what I mean?
And Lucas brings up an interesting point. It's not like they didn't have Marvel didn't have that many more movies to go to the
Well,
event.
That's also true.
technically, as 4, I wouldn't consider Suicide
Suicide Squad.
Squad to be included in that buildup because it really doesn't reference, even though David Ayer wanted to, because apparently the thing they were going after was a mother box, was in his original story, which I think would have been a lot better.
Right.
Can I just point the fact that Lucas was just 30 seconds ago here, and now he's just on the conversation in the chat? I find this ironic.
He's still in the back, he's flipping you off right now. I think actually pretty close to it.
yeah,
You
and they were
can say
saying,
things as well, Lucas.
and they were saying
Can we
in the
bring-
chat.
Can we bring Lucas on real quick to confirm? Just real quick, hot second. You can take me out if you need to, just to confirm.
I'll
Is
find
he
out. Here you
flipping us off?
Oh, there it is. He's flipping it up.
Just wanted to make sure. Take him off the screen. All right, good.
There you go.
So
In the private chat right here, they're talking about why did they do a cyborg movie, and I think that would have been a great movie to deal with the mother box and the father boxes and introduce that so you understand more of what Darkseid is, because that was the big thing in the Justice League cartoon was Darkseid when they had the Unlimited series, and so I think that would have been great. Like Lucas saying Cyborg the character, but I think that movie would have been awesome to have and introduce all that stuff.
Character was,
When we bring Ferris on screen when he gets home and he's going to get on screen, I'm sure he'll talk all about the Cyborg movie because he's been talking about the Cyborg movie for as long as I've known him.
Yo,
He won.
well, it's because they promised us to have a cyborg movie when they first gave us the list of movies that they were.
They
working
promised
on.
a lot of things. Like,
Yes, they did, and
And I mean, Marvel has kept their promise on every movie they've said they're going to do. They've not said, "Oh, never mind, we're not going to make that movie." They've made
the
every movie
Humans
they've said.
one.
one
wasn't made.
Inhumans, sorry.
is the only one.
Do we really want to see that? I don't really.
No, I'm just pointing the
because
fact.
they did it on Shield, and it was
I want to pivot a little bit here. Talk about the MCU a little bit. Let's talk about that. Am I alone in now Avengers Endgame has happened? I'm just not as excited about Marvel now. Like after Endgame, everything coming out, they announced a lot of Marvel things. I'm kind of like, okay.
It depends
only
where to go.
two
It depends
things
where to go.
I'm excited for now because they have Fantastic Four and X-Men. That's the only
Yep,
thing
that's me too.
that's the only thing that they haven't done. Like they did everything in the Infinity Saga. They did so much amazing things in there.
See,
but they
for
didn't
me,
have a lot of their true strong female characters because those are included in the
X-Men.
X-Men and Fantastic Four.
I mean, that would possibly get me excited again. But looking at the products they've announced so far, there's not one project where you're like, oh, I can't wait to see that.
Because
Like,
I think you're because I think we're in a situation like what storyline do they go with? You know, for me personally, being a kid, a guy that grew up in the '90s, I want to see the Secret Wars with Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Where you have
Yes.
the only
Spider-Man, the
thing
X-Men.
that could top it.
Yeah, I
Only thing.
think that would be great. They can't really go and do the Civil War comics because we've already done the Civil War, you know, so you can't do that. So it's like, what storylines could you do? Invasion of the Scrolls?
Secrets, Invasion.
Oh,
yeah.
they-
Secret
No.
Invasion. I'm
Yeah,
personally,
Secret.
I'm personally excited for WandaVision because I'm personally excited for like House of M and possibly like the end of the Avengers storyline. That I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Brian Bendis made it right, where it's like the Avengers have one bad day and then they disassemble after that. So,
Avengers Disassembled is the whole thing. Yeah, it's true.
I love Avengers Disassembled. That's
so
cool.
I'm kind of looking forward to what House of M could possibly, the repercussions of what that'll have out of the rest of the MCU. And also personally, I'm excited for Doctor Strange and the multiverse movie.
That's
I
one
think
that's one of those
That's
two.
the
I'm
only one that they.
That's very interesting.
Thor
Yeah.
4 could be good because I like Taika Waititi and anything he does. That's kind of good too. I guess I'm just saying overall, I'm just not feeling a big leg because we're so hyped about going into Endgame. You know, so everything big lead up. And now it's like kind of like,
Yeah.
started from the
Because
But-
they've done everything.
but
that
were
they
you-
have.
But were you this excited when the MCU's launched? Like, there's Iron Man, where you're suddenly like, oh man, there's gonna be a Thor movie coming and this movie coming.
No, I don't think we would ever thought we would get this far.
Exactly. Well,
I
we're
didn't
doing that
either.
all over again. So we're gonna have
Yeah.
some like these movies will make us like future movies. So that makes sense. Like we're starting from scratch almost.
maybe
But
it's
this
the
is-
second time around though. It's almost
Yeah,
like
Kelsey's right.
it's also second time around though. We've seen it before, so unless they do something
But-
new or is it gonna have
Well,
the same
you have some good storylines to go. I mean,
Mhm.
there's like Galactus would be one of my big ones if they got
Of
a
course.
Fantastic Four right and then started a Galactus where
As long as Feige is involved, it'll get
Mhm.
done.
yeah, I think if we got a good Galactus or a good Silver Surfer, because I love
I love
Silver.
Silver
I've
Surfer.
always loved Silver Surfer,
kinda
and
have
even
to
though
do
that
both
movie was
together.
kind of crappy, it was kind of cool to see Silver Surfer in that movie, the Fantastic Four movie.
Visually,
I-
Silver Surfer is awesome. I think that would be super cool, especially with new technology and things in the MCU. I'd
Yeah.
be thrilled with Silver Surfer.
I'm personally hoping we eventually get an Avengers versus X-Men film down the
Yeah, I
line.
would love
That would be very awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What I want
like
more than anything is I want the next event, or maybe not the next event, but then the next event to be Dark Phoenix. Because in the comics, that's an
Do
event.
it right.
For the
Do
third
it
Do it
time.
correctly for once.
Do it
Yeah,
correctly.
do it correctly.
It should be an endgame level story. 2 movies, everybody, because it's a huge storyline. Like, I mean, Dark
They should
Phoenix
just-
eats suns as a snack and destroys
Exactly.
planets and stuff. Like,
And they should absolutely go back to the '90s X-Men and just basically make a movie of the Dark Phoenix saga. And that, like, that's what I would, because I grew up on that, and I would love to see that as in live action. I think that would be like the greatest thing ever.
I actually like Lucas' point in the chat because here's the thing that I think
that's what I was
Marvel
trying,
really nailed.
I was trying to
Marvel really nailed it. Because let's go back a little bit by the 2008. Nobody expected that Marvel would be able to bring the logic of the comics into film.
Mhm.
You're being able to create individual universes and then you brought everyone together. They did that 3 times. In my opinion, Marvel sometimes, some movies of Marvel are just okay. Not every single movie is awesome. However, I do understand your sentiment, Paul, because if you actually look in the way that the comics is, sometimes you have this ascension of all these events and then you go down, you go back to the beginning, you do everything over again, then you build the hype all over again. We are now in the descending curve. That's why we are like, okay, phase 4.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Danny, but I think when Captain America first came out, first Avenger, and they showed Avengers at the end of that movie, like people freaked out because you never thought you were going to see Iron Man with Captain America. You never thought you were going to see Hulk with Iron Man. You know, Hawkeye wasn't a really known. I mean, he was
None
known,
of
but
these
you didn't.
guys were.
You know, you never think you were going to see. And then we got Ant-Man, which if you know the original comic books, it was Iron Man, Thor, Ant-Man, Captain
Awesome.
America. And Hulk were some of the, or even Captain America wasn't a really original Avenger, and so that, I mean, we never thought we were going to see this, and it's the fact that, like, my son who's 10 years old, I've taken him to mostly every Marvel movie, opening night, and we got to see Endgame together, and he is like just excited because he watches it, and then he watches like the 90 X-Men, the Spider-Man. He's like, Dad, this is what you grew up with? Man, did you think you would get live action? I'm like, no, I never thought I was going to see a Spider-Man movie until, Raimi's Spider-Man came out. So the fact that we've gotten this far, I mean, we have to be happy with it and appreciate it and just hope they know what they're doing and they're going to give us some good stuff. So
we have Feige, who is like the perfect blend of what you need for a comic book film. Someone who knows how to make a movie, knows how to make sure it gets written properly, knows how to produce it, knows how to tell a story, and someone who knows the comic book characters backwards and forwards. That's why DC struggles. They have some people that can do one of them, but not both. Like, you could ask Feige any question you wanted about a comic book character, he'll have the answer like that. It's like Dave Filoni in Star Wars. They're starting to get that, and I feel like
great analogy.
I feel like that's going to help Star Wars going forward, because Filoni knows that canon backwards and forwards. He's starting to work on these sets, these live action sets. So he's understanding how the filmmaking process is working. So hopefully we have a more cohesive story going forward with Star Wars. Now that the Skywalker saga is over, I feel like they can do things more creatively with stories. They're not kind of stuck in a box, because that's what the Skywalker saga really did.
Yeah, I hear that. Real quick, ZCM Kami's ZCM Zombie Custom Map.
Hello, Alex.
Because it's something new, and I agree. Hoping it's a Guardians one that could possibly be. I will say this real quick on interjecting. I'm going to interject a quick PLD rant. I don't usually do those. Some of you may have heard it or not. I'm a little pissed. My favorite MCU movie was Thor Ragnarok.
Really?
But the reason why it was, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Because my favorite Marvel character of all time during comics was Marvel's version of Hercules. And basically what Thor Ragnarok did is it changed Thor into Hercules. That movie was basically Hercules Ragnarok. Yeah, everything like Thor, the comedic side of Thor, the banter with Hulk is actually literally from a Hercules Hulk conversation. So I've always wanted to see Hercules at the Marvel MCU, and I don't know if we're going to get it now because they've already taken his character away and given it to Thor. That's the new character. So that's
and Hercules was the one. Hercules was the one that was actually killed in the Civil War comics, right? That's
killed in Civil War. Hercules actually killed the Thor clone in Civil War.
Yeah, okay. I thought Hercules was killed in that one.
Hercules did the Chaos War storyline afterward, became like the super god. That was cool. He had a great run with Amadeus Cho. His sidekick there for a while, he had the brains, and Herc had the brawn. Herc took over for the Hulk for a while in the comics. Herc's a very funny character. He's basically what Chris Hemsworth was doing with Thor, though. Really powerful character, but a lot of humor. He's a very big drinker. He's a womanizer. He's actually technically bisexual in the comics, but he's also a big womanizer and everything else. So I would love to see him get a shot. And I've heard that he might. There's been rumors that he actually might. Although I just can't see how they're going to do it, considering they gave Thor his character. But I digress.
I want to make a couple points real quick. I've been reading the chat about Dark Phoenix and them saying it's been too soon. First of all, how many versions of Joker have we had in the last 10 years? And we just won an Oscar for it. So, like, if it's done well, that doesn't matter.
I will I'm sorry, go ahead.
Second of all, I'm saying this should be a 10-year build-up. Dark Phoenix is a slow burn. In the comics, it took 4 years to build up to that event. I'm saying they should start trickling things in now, and 10 years from now, do that event. You know what I mean?
Stop trying to do it in one movie.
Stop trying to do it in one movie. It doesn't
work.
I mean, the Shi'ar Empire could be one movie by itself. Yeah. You know, then you have when Dark Phoenix joins who I forgot. I haven't read comics in a while. Where she joins the guys that are all dressed up nice. There's the one girl that's dressed up nice, and she's the black. Is she the Black Queen or something like that? I forgot who. I might be saying it wrong. I might be saying it wrong. But there was
Emma Frost, maybe, or is it?
I think Emma Frost was part of it, but it was like some group.
The Hellfire Club.
Thank you. The Hellfire Club. Yes. That could be a movie and a half.
That is my favorite part of it, because also it's a very timely thing. So that's what they don't understand about Dark Phoenix. The reason Dark Phoenix turned dark is she was manipulated by men terribly. Like I can't remember his name now, but like he pretended to be somebody else to get her to fall in love with him, manipulated her mind, so she cracked up. Mm-hmm. So it's just it's way more a deep story than they have been able to do in the movies. And that's why I said slow burn. You got to slowly see her being all these bad things happening to her that would make sense for her to then snap. They don't do that in 1 or 2 movies. That's a slow burn.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I love that.
Get out of here. Just get out of here. You have tarnished the good name of Brandon. So just
Wow.
get
Whoa,
out of here.
hey,
No, he
was
did
that-
not. Hold on. How did he tarnish? He won.
No, because of what he did before.
Okay, that's
Everyone
okay. That's a hey.
At-
He's hey.
No.
Hey. That's okay. It's okay.
Guys,
Hey, Brandon.
Guys, I've said it.
Brandon
I've said it
Hanna fan.
before. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Brandon Hanna is perfection.
Brandon.
Yeah,
I recognize
yeah.
that.
Damn.
Hey, the guy won. He shut up the guy that was talking so much. I mean, it's
Wow.
okay.
You also talk shit on
Okay,
C2A.
he made it
so...
seem. He made it seem like he would have gotten a KO. He
Hey,
was
a
one
win's a
question
win.
off. He was one
Hey, a
question
win's
off.
a win. Hey.
He did not sweep the floor and beat
Don't
the
matter.
living
Hey.
crap out of Saul like he made it seem like he was.
In the words of Ferris and his favorite franchise, it doesn't matter
Oh
if
my
you
God.
win by a mile or an inch. A win is a win. I think I said it right, Ferris. Ferris probably gonna yell at me because I probably said that wrong.
No,
But the
I-
bottom line is Brandon won his match. Doesn't matter. He's moving
doesn't
on.
matter how you win. Yeah, I know.
And then he's gonna beat Damon in the next round, and he's gonna play Kalinowski.
Nope. Ferris said you fucked it up.
I know I did fuck it up because I don't watch that. I don't watch PLD. I don't watch that ripoff of
Point Break?
a Point Break.
A Point Break.
Ferris is gonna kill me right now.
But guys, to break kayfabe for a second, I was secretly rooting for
Oh.
Saul because that's my boy.
I
but-
was too because it would have been so great. I was like, if Saul wins this and everything he did was for nothing, I would have laughed so hard.
But
I just
I
didn't,
literally
I just
said
didn't
that
want to
in
see.
my
I didn't want to
reaction.
see. I didn't want to see Saul get knocked out. That was my only concern.
Yeah.
Is Saul getting
Yeah.
TKO'd or knocked out.
Yeah.
Other than that, I picked Brandon on our bracket breakdown, and I just said no. I want to see him win because I think Brandon's a great player. You know,
I have to be honest. I think for the Schmodown, the best thing happened. The best possible thing happened because Brandon storyline. Brandon needed the win after his couple of losses. He needed
Yeah.
to get his foot back in the door, so to speak, make a statement. But Saul played well enough that he's a contender.
he had a good debut. He obviously had some I think I was talking to Suge about this I think earlier,
we were.
right? Where it was like he had a couple of like rookie moments like where he answered too quickly. He didn't let the time work with him instead of against him. But he had a good debut, and yeah, I agree with Paul. It was the best thing for the Schmodown because the Schmodown right now, I personally, for me, ever since Andrew Guy turned, we're missing like a very strong heel, and I feel like right now the way
But
Hannah
we're
has been playing,
heels.
yeah, I said
Wrong was the key word.
I said strong heels.
Oh no, hold on.
Strong.
You're not gonna bash Goddard in front of me, okay, guys? You're not gonna do that. Leave the
I'm
man alone.
I'm not
I
saying
have
he's not
never
a
bashed
heel.
Goddard.
I'm not
Leave
saying
me
he's
alone.
not a heel. The adjective
Honestly,
is strong heel.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think he can't be a heel now. I think he's just a tweener. I
I think he's a tweener too.
think
he's a heel.
people hate on him because he's so exposed. A lot of people you hear, well, he's got 4 matches already, and other people haven't gotten matches. I think people hate on him because of that. But I don't think you
He's
can look
winning.
at him and
Why should he not get more matches?
because people want to complain. That's all
I
they're
know.
doing.
Oh,
It's
no duh.
complain.
No duh.
Just complain about it. You
I
know.
know.
I have said that. I'm not complaining about it. I always said that. I just think that's why he's rookie of the year right now because he's had enough matches to prove himself.
He's won in
Yeah.
3 divisions. Do
Yeah,
know
but
how hard that
you know
is?
what, PLD, I was hearing your argument earlier, and here's my counter argument to that. I don't think Parker can win the rookie because he's only playing in 1 division. Barbarian is playing in 2 divisions, but I don't know if when the teams tournament comes up, if Gucci can put him in the teams tournament because they already
They have
had their
2 teams on
they
the
have 2.
Stock Exchange.
Well, the one team is the champion. So if
true.
one of, let's say, Corruption beats Founding Fathers, you don't think
What?
Gucci's going to put those 2 teams in the teams tournament? So that leaves Craig out of being in teams, and so that's why I feel that Goddard like Frank was saying, it's his to lose. You know, if he beats Parker, as long as he doesn't get KO'd by Parker, I think he's going to be in a great position to win.
Dude, if Goddard
Rookie of the Year.
pulls that upset, oh my god.
Well, I called it on our bracket breakdown. I think he's beating.
Huge
I think he's
upset.
beating Parker by one.
You think Goddard-
It's a
By
it's
1
a
point.
The
tough
second
battle.
round, it depends on
I'll-
what they spin.
I'll say this. I'll say this in terms of Rookie of the Year. I still think Barbarian has a chance to win it, only because, like, for the most part, I agree in terms of like actual trivia and stats. Right now, Goddard obviously has competed in more matches because he's been in more leagues. That being said, Barbarian has the competitiveness of it, but he also has like the character. I think one of the things that's gonna ultimately one of the things that's gonna ultimately kind of hurt Goddard at the end for
Yeah.
winning Rookie of the Year is the moment that we all make
Well,
fun of,
why are we
right?
putting
See,
why are we putting
Sugar?
so much why are we putting so much emphasis on character when it should be
It's
be
not
about
Because
play?
the show.
it's not so much that there's emphasis as you gotta have both. You just can't have emphasis on just pure trivia. You gotta have emphasis on trivia.
No, I get
and
that.
character work.
I get that. But people are holding the "We Are Heels" thing on against Goddard, which I think is very unfair because
in the
I
match,
think
mean,
now that's made things. God, David B. Goddard has no character. Don't let Heather hear you say that. I just
Is that what I
think
said? That's not what I
Yeah,
said.
that's exactly what you said.
Sugar, I just met David Beer today, right now. You have to listen to the wisdom of this guy above me, right here. The Barbarian is the Rook of the Year.
Exactly.
guys.
But
Right now,
That-
right now,
Right now.
Goddard is the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He's going to be the singles tournament though. Barbarian's going to be the singles tournament. And I'm
it's
pretty
too
sure-
early for this. This is just like in any sport.
It
We're
is too
barely
early.
halfway through the season.
Yeah, that was gonna
There
be my
could be
that was-
another
Here,
rookie
but-
that
That
was
was- that was
signed
gonna be
during
my
free
other-
agency that could
Yeah.
come out of nowhere.
but that
I
was
don't
gonna
know.
be- yeah.
I want
I
to
get that, Brandon, but here's the problem too. How much of a season are we really going to have? Because
That's the problem.
Christian's already said most likely the first live event we're going to get is in December and it'll be spectacular.
No,
So
I
if we
think-
don't have, I
No.
don't think from my hearing and all that stuff, if all we get next is a singles and teams tournament and you don't actually get individual matches, that hurts Barbarian. And then also too, if Parker doesn't run through this IG tournament, when is IG going to get more matches? We don't know.
he's
So
going
that
to run the. That's what I said. Parker's winning this tournament. That's no doubt in my mind. I'm sorry.
The most likely is yes, he's going to win this tournament. If Goddard beats him, and
If
Parker,
Goddard beats him all over, because that's going to be knocking on the thing. But this is a good point too. If nobody gets the belt and Parker beats Metzing gets the belt, that's the way Parker gets the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, that's the only way. I agree with that.
And
I
I
mean,
feel like if he can defend it at least once, that will
yeah,
really
that's
help.
right, yeah. Well, it
If he,
depends.
like-
It depends how he goes through this tournament. Let's say he knocks Goddard out, then he knocks out Barbarian, like knockouts, not beat him by like 1 or 2 points. He knocks Goddard out, knocks out Barbarian.
Harrison.
KO or a
KO,
TKO.
And that, TKO or KO, then I would be like, no, he's probably going to be Rookie of the Year if he runs through it that way. But let's say he barely beats Goddard by 2 points, or he has to answer his 5-pointer to beat Goddard, or he barely beats Craig, and then he barely beats Kalinowski, and then he sneaks out a win against Smets. He'd be top 2 in Rookie of the Year. But I think if Ben or Craig get real close with their singles, and then Goddard, the Pride get to a number 1 contenders match, I would put him. I think that would be more impressive than Parker.
I would say this too. A couple of notes. The seasons we're barely like halfway through the season. I do think we are going to get more matches. I think the tournaments have proven that the Schmodown can adapt and go online and do matches, and I think we're going to start seeing more matches rolled out. Number 1, number 2. I honestly, if last year taught me anything, it's not so much how great of a year you had; it's how you end the year that really matters a lot to voters.
That's
Just
also facts.
Just look at Mike. Mike had the greatest year and the most quote unquote, for lack of a better term, negative moment he had was at Spectacular, right? But the whole
Friday.
year was, but
You got
no
knocked
one. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That was
ultimately.
ultimately what people attached to Mike. That's why he didn't win last year for his award. And that's what I'm saying. Like right now, right now we're saying I totally agree with Brandon. Like right now we're saying Barbarian or Goddard, but the year is only halfway through, and it also depends how strongly you end that year at Spectacular, because that's the
I agree.
moment
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
So,
100%. Go ahead, Brandon.
What if Gen Camp just absolutely destroys Damon, and then and then she just absolutely dominates her next two, and she wins the tournament. Goes against Smets, does really well against Smets. She could then be in the discussion for Rookie of the Year.
I think she could
Definitely
be
a nomination. Definitely a nomination.
Yeah, definitely a nomination. But here's like where I keep saying that people are why they keep throwing Parker out there, and I just don't think it's going to happen. Is that's only there? He's only playing in one division. Jen Kim, if she's only playing in one division, I don't see how you could say a one division person should be Rookie of the Year over a person that's played 3 divisions or a Barbarian that's going to play 2 divisions. And if they get wins, let's say Goddard and Rachel, they beat their next opponent and they get in. They play Shazam, and let's say they either beat Shazam or barely lose to Shazam. They could still get into the teams tournament, see how, and they rack a couple wins in there. I mean, how can you give it to a one division player when this person is playing, 2, 3 divisions? And Craig.
I mean, didn't Smets get it for winning one?
But I think it's changed. But I think
Thank
it's
you,
changed now.
Brian.
But I think it's changed now
But
because
he
last year
dominated so well last year. So that
he dominated. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If Parker dominates, if he's KOing everybody he plays, if he does what he did to Ace, that's a different story. That's completely.
if he really does what Smets did, he'll probably be Rookie of the Year.
Here's the thing, too, and the point I made also. Parker plays Goddard in the tournament, and Parker beats Goddard in the tournament like hardcore. Doesn't that knock you down? At the end of the year,
yes.
Who's either Goddard or Parker? Parker beat the shit out of Goddard. Doesn't matter if it was one.
No, absolutely agree, PLD. If he KOs Goddard gets knocked down, but it's good for Goddard if he loses, but loses close, or he beats Parker. It's one. That's the best scenario for Goddard. But if he gets KO'd in the second round, then Goddard might not recover as far as votes for Rookie of the Year.
I don't think it's going to be a KO because
no, I don't think so either.
You've seen Goddard's training. You know how good he is.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a KO.
I think a TKO might be possible. It just depends on what they both spin in round 2.
That wheel round makes you or breaks you, man. That's every time.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I'm excited about this match. I don't know why, but I am like super excited about this match for some reason.
But you know what? Who cares? Who about the most handsome player of the year?
The most handsome.
Andrew guy.
Definitely not to you, Brian.
I disagree.
I don't know. Did you guys see? You guys might have missed that. Brandon's had a live stream for charity that he had to take down eventually because everybody got topless pretty much. And Brandon had his blazer on with shirtless. He's pretty sexy. He might have.
I literally checked Twitter in the morning and I just saw the shirtless. I'm like, what the hell?
What?
And then I saw that he took it down. I'm like, man, I can't even see this. But I don't want to watch It was like 10 hours, right?
10 hours. Yeah.
When I went to bed, they were going, and when I woke up to go to work the next day, they were still going.
It was 10 hours, and I was like, I stayed up for most of it. To the end, I tried to go to bed at one point. I was like, I got to finish it out at this point. Sabrina got like McDonald's at the end. I was eating McDonald's in front of McDonald's breakfast.
Oh, McDonald's sounds so good right now, guys.
Damn.
I'm getting hungry too.
Boy.
And Justin Hamilton in chat saying that I lost his invitation. Justin, it's in the Gucciverse chat. I threw it out there, man.
Yeah.
Scroll
First
up.
off,
What is with people not scrolling up?
so here's the problem with
everyone's
Justin.
like Alex. They just don't want to scroll.
They just don't want to scroll up.
Here's the problem with Justin. He never wants to do the work. He wants everybody else to do it for him.
Hey.
That's a Finstock mentality right there. No, I love Justin. I love Justin.
Don't mess with the people in the Gucciverse.
Oh, that's the problem. He's not in the Gucciverse. He's on the show, and he's not even in the Patreon. Man, we don't want you on here.
I assumed he was in the chat.
No,
you son of a bitch.
I have no saying that.
Yeah. See, like I said, he wants everybody to do the work for him.
By the way, check out Justin Hamilton in the Finstock Exchange podcast.
So, as I was telling Paul, when Ken wins on Wednesday, I will boast so hard because I'm the only one that has been on the Ken train since they announced this. Paul finally changed his mind on this.
You didn't think Ken's going to win?
Initially, I thought no. My initial thought was that he wasn't going to win because he doesn't care about the thing anymore. He doesn't really care about playing.
because he doesn't study or work hard for it. He doesn't need to study.
Well, he does against
He
people,
does.
against Kelly
Yeah.
and people like that.
Against Damon.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Against top players, he has to be ready. But
I don't know.
I think he's gonna beat Ace.
I
mean, no disrespect to Ace, but
I don't really know enough about Ace at this point. I know Ace was hungrier, and my initial thought was that Ken didn't care enough, and that he actually probably not only did he not care, but I think he like legitimately wants out. He's like, I just want to play, get out of the tournament. I think I want to go home and start drinking.
But he's so
That's
good
the
at those
mentality.
promos, though. He can
loves
cut a
promos. The
promo.
promos is anything. He can do a promo on anything. Doing a good promo doesn't mean you want to play the game.
You could just give him the word mayo promo. Go.
Good,
Yep.
exactly.
Wait, didn't Ken not be a manager so that he can play again? Wasn't
Because
that the
Christian
whole?
asked him to.
That
Yeah.
was the whole storyline.
That was a Harloff thing.
Mainly because of I think Christian just wasn't sure of all these Star Wars competitors, but now I think he sees it. He's like, okay, maybe I don't need him.
But after watching Scrimshaw,
Thank you, Paul. Was when
He lost by a word,
I-
a single word.
I've changed my mind. I think Ken will probably beat Ace as well. That's what I've changed my mind to thinking that Ken's going to win now. So I will back you on that one for now. I think Ken may probably lose to Kelly at that point. I think
oh,
definitely.
he's absolutely.
It's going to be DiMalenta and Kelly in the end.
Yeah, it's going to be Demolana
Ferris,
Kelly.
Ferris,
And
keeps
then
gaining
DiMalenta is
power.
gonna win, of course.
Yeah. No, probably. I might end up losing to Alex Damon again at that point. I don't know. I have to see. I'll have to cross
I don't
that.
know. I mean, Demolanta, man. When I did the interview with him, I keep saying it. He just seems like sorry, let me take that back. When me and Ferris did the interview with him,
There you
it's
go.
just
What
a
about
bit-
Justin?
no, Justin wasn't there. Justin was at work.
Oh, okay.
But he just seems like a different animal right now, to be honest with you. Look in
He
his
really
eyes,
does.
the way he's talking, and then talking to him off camera, he just we'd like to have fun with the Schmodown. You know, it does get competitive, and there's people that are taking it seriously. He was legitimately pissed off that he lost to Kelly. He was legitimately pissed off. that he
Yeah, it
lost to
was.
Kelly. And he says, like, look, and then I've asked him, well, have you seen like Ken's pro? He goes, I'm not paying attention to that stuff. He goes, I have one focus, and he mapped it out. He said, I'm gonna have to beat Molly, I'm gonna have to beat Scrimshaw, I'm gonna have to beat Kelly. And he goes, and maybe somebody else. He goes, and that's who I have to run through, and I'm gonna run through him. He goes, I
He
don't care.
legitimately doesn't care who is going to
Yeah,
face.
he doesn't
just
care, and
wants
so-
Damon.
I think he's at that competitive level right now where you just, it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, the Schmodown's fun, but I think he's legitimately just like, no, this is not even a game for me anymore. Like, I'm literally gonna beat every single person they put in front of me.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. He's a beast right now. He's
He's
really
been really good. Yeah.
angry.
He didn't
That
smile
really
that whole
good.
match.
No.
That whole
No.
match, he didn't smile.
He's very serious, man. He's
Although-
very
Yeah,
serious.
that dude has a fire under him right now, dude. That's kind of scary, honestly. The way he
Although
played.
I got to throw it out there. It might work against him in a bigger match
Yes.
because he wants it so bad. Might get his head about that. And
Yeah, I could see that, but it also depends on the quality of player you are sometimes. You know.
Well,
what I mean?
don't say,
And don't forget, he's being managed by the greatest manager. of
oh,
all
here we go with
time,
this greatest
Paul.
Gucci stuff. Get out of here. But don't overlook Molly Damon. She
He's
didn't
my
win.
boss. I have
He's
to do
not
this.
backstage, so we're not gonna talk.
Yeah.
I
He's
have
not
an
my
idea.
boss, and I'm agreeing. So
I have an idea on how
Thank
they
you,
fix
Kel.
that, but
No, I think don't overlook Molly Damon. She didn't play her greatest against Adam Witt, but don't overlook her.
Of course
But
not.
I think to me, I think Demolanta Kelly is going to be the match, and I think Kelly with her new confidence, I think she can mess with Damon because talking to Kelly, seeing her promos, I mean, when she beat Sullivan and said when she said now he better know his place now, I almost fell out of my chair.
Well-
I could not believe she said that.
yeah, she definitely turned
I
up. a
was
notch.
there with Sugar, and that actually
Mike-
he said that.
My question for her though is, does she really feel that way, or is she a good actress? Because I mean, when she came out and said she was not scared of Damon, whatever she said about Damon, like I can't beat Damon or I'm worried about Damon, that was really her talking. This was like a promo, like it's almost like she heard that. Goes, well, I got to turn that. I can't say that anymore, so I got to turn it up and be this way. If she really feels that way, then that's awesome.
I'll be honest with you, PLD. We had her on the other day for our live for the
Right.
after the match. I believe honestly the fact that she has people around her now that are helping her. She has that confidence. She has Shannon. I think it's changed because we were talking to her backstage, and she would. That's just not who I saw.
She's on another level. She's
she's on another level. I think her and Herman Demolanta are on these other levels now.
I'm honestly just playing devil's advocate a little bit because I actually do agree. I do think that she's taking.
Oh no, I understand. No, but I
and we're having her on show in a couple weeks, so I'll get to ask her directly. So
Yeah.
oh,
she plugged.
I'll be watching.
Shameless.
Shameless plug there. Well,
I've always been shameless plug. Always be plugged.
By the way, you're gonna have Demolanta on Tuesday on the Film Stock Exchange podcast. Go check that out as well.
Yes, sir. Hey,
By the
Malcolm.
way,
Hey,
question.
Malcolm.
Does anyone know the last time Damon lost? I want to see if anyone knows this off the top of their head.
Damon lost in a showdown.
The five-way.
Yes.
The five-way.
The one where Sam's like, wait, what? Did you really just ask this?
You would.
It's so great. But that was what? That was like, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah,
It's
wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had, thing is, though, he had one like that. I wouldn't even consider that a match. The one against Bruce Green, that was,
Yeah, that one didn't count. That one didn't.
No.
even though it actually is a title defense, but
I just want to be on record and say I'm really loving evil Brandon Hanna. So
Fair enough.
Right?
kayfabe boys.
Oh.
I love it. I love Evil Brandon Handa, man.
Evil
love
Brandon Hanna is best Brandon Hanna.
All right. We're not on call to action now. We're not on call to action. So I can say I fucking love how Brandon Hands doing it too. When he called me out and everything, I love to be able to just
Love
like,
it. I love how he's just like excommunicado everybody. Like you're excommunicado. You're ex.
But you know what, PLD? At least you guys got called by your actual name, call to action. We got called a fan ran podcast, and I'm like, isn't all the podcast fan made? What the hell is that about, Brandon?
We
Sugar,
have on the
you
actual
had to
Slowdown
make your
channel now,
amazement.
so
I also just wanted to be recognized that I was the first Brandon Hanna show. Just on record. Brandon, I was your first show, baby. I still love you. You can hate me all you want. I'll still love you.
well, since we lost Guy, we do need that one heel that everybody.
That's
hates.
exactly what I was literally
And-
talking about that to Shug earlier on tonight. Like he's
And Hannah has definitely done that.
Yep. I love me a
So-
good heel. I think Brandon right now.
Oh,
is
it's so
on
great.
the-
It's so great.
He's on the road right now to be probably one of the greatest heels in Shimoda. Legit. I'm not even just saying that because I know he's in the chat. I honestly think right now the way he's doing it, oh my god, I'm excited. I love a good heel, man. And right now I feel like we're missing that really good top heel.
Well,
you don't
I think
you
it
don't
helps
Shannon's a
when
good
they
heel?
win. When a good heel wins, it just makes it so much. But you're like, God damn it, they won. Like, but
It depends though too, right? Because even Guy at the top of his like heel game, he wasn't really winning a lot of matches either. But we just loved him because he was so dastardly.
that's true.
So dastardly, yeah.
Dastardly.
oh
Just-
god,
All right, do you have somebody backstage?
I
that wanna-
said that
wanna
'cause
put it on?
I'm wearing my call to action shades.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
those. I should say, there you go.
Industries.
I'm a show for everybody, man. I write music for all of y'all.
All right, so I'm gonna have somebody pop on. Somebody can pop off. Somebody can volunteer to pop off for a little bit. We'll try to rotate people through. Brock, you'll go. Okay.
Yeah.
Buck, step
Right,
off.
Brandon, nice to meet you.
We'll be back. Hold on.
Later, Brandon.
And then
Are you bringing my co-host on?
look at that motherfucker right there. I love
Should
that,
go
man.
fuck yourself.
Wow.
You jackass. Really?
He's
First
not
of all-
only your
okay, hold up.
co-host.
This is
You're
this is-
muted, dude. We
You're
can't
This
muted,
is
hear
why
you.
he's not the host. This is
Justin,
why
you're
he's not the
muted,
host.
Justin.
Right here.
Yourself.
And he doesn't even realize it. He doesn't even
You're
realize
muted,
it.
Justin. You're muted.
Look,
Just so
look,
you
man.
know.
I hope Hannah didn't leave the chat because I got
There
one
you
thing
go.
to say. He should be owing us thank yous, not only saying our names, but he should be thanking us afterwards. Because if it wasn't for us talking that crap to Saul and then Saul coming on and lighting that fire that he so-called is burning everything down with, he would still be a nobody sitting on the sideline. And then on top of that, he's pretty much like put himself out there, did everything he can. He prepped this speech. He did all this kind of good stuff trying to prop himself up. And guess what we're talking about after the match? Kate was exactly right. We're talking about Saul probably doing one of the top 5 debuts in Schmodown history, coming out and almost taking him out on his debut with all the pressure on him, with the Dens pressure, with the factions and the points and all this other good stuff. And then that dude wants to run his mouth and call somebody a fan-made podcast. Wait, one second here. Almost every podcast that I know of is a fan-made podcast. It's literally podcasts were brought up because people were fans of something and wanted to talk about it. And this guy trying to show his intelligence, and it's not working, Brandon. You're not that smart. You're not that funny. Your prepared statement was lackluster, and it ran a little bit over time, just like my rant that I'm going on right now. So I still got 3 minutes before I even hit your time. So let me tell you something. You keep talking and running
Oh
the
my
mouth.
God.
Running the mouth. Be a man. Show up on a fan-made podcast and prove your point. If not, boom,
we're still
squelch.
Okay.
I do
Just
have
finished.
I do have 2 Streamlabs. I want to throw.
Oh,
in there
they're
now
both
for-
from Brandon Hanna.
They're not actually.
Honestly,
100%.
low key, I hope so too. Cause I love that guy. Perfection,
First one
that
is
guy.
from Jugger Bear 53. Is he the
Jugger
bagel?
Bear.
Is he the bagel boy? Yes. He is. He heel. Yes, but he's rookie of the year. Even Parker. Parker needs to get the belt to win rookie of the year. If he doesn't get the belt and Ben keeps his great record, it's no contest. Ben should get it.
Can I just say something, Justin?
I don't know. man.
Your romance with Saul is really making me
Yeah.
sick.
See, you done messed it up for us. He's never
Especially
gonna come on
because you
our
know
podcast.
my
Good for you,
history.
Brandon. Brandon, stand by your ethics, stand by your morals.
That
you
isn't
are my
what
role
David B.
model.
said.
Brandon,
in my
I
DMs.
picked you to win. Me and Ferris picked you to win. This knucklehead on my freaking
You
left,
pointed the wrong direction.
whatever. He picked you. Freaking hillbilly over here picked you to lose. Okay, Brandon.
Wow.
God.
There you go.
You know what? We don't want Brandon Hanna
I
because we
didn't
want
say
the
that.
real people of the Schmodown, people like David B. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that run the actual show, not some Johnny come lately that's probably going to get destroyed by Damon in the second round of the IG tournament.
Shit.
I mean, come on, man. Let's get this right. Like let's just break this down brass tacks. He's going to make it to the 5-pointer with Damon. Damon's actually going to get the 5-pointer right with his experience, and then Brandon's going to do what he does almost every other time, and that's, I guess, his brain just leaves his body for a minute, and he misses every 5-pointer he gets a chance. If Saul would have answered that 5-pointer that he got, and he knew the answer, he just jumped on it too fast, we'd be sitting here telling a different story. Is what we'd be sitting here.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They never really revealed what the 5-pointer was, right?
Yeah,
they
but you
never
know,
do.
Hannah ain't getting that 5-pointer.
You
Has
don't-
he ever
you
got?
don't
Has
know
he gotten
that.
one right?
You don't know that. I mean, we don't know. He played, honestly, if we're looking at this objectively, he played really well that match. He really did. Objectively
Hannah?
speaking.
Hannah,
Yeah.
played, Hannah played. Yeah, Hannah played good. Hannah played good. Saul rushed rushed answering his questions. You should
Hey,
have picked some
hey,
big
Mal-
leads.
what?
Malcolm,
I
I won that fair and square. Just
Look,
it
man, I'm
was
so
it was
bad
it
with
was
him.
my epic poop joke at the end. A good poop joke
That was
gets you
your
the
poop
victory.
I so
Real
bad want to
smart,
argue with
man.
David B right now and argue about his point,
Justin,
but I love David B,
remember
so
your
I
alliance.
don't want to.
Remember your allegiance.
I actually like David B, so I'm gonna let it lie. You know what, David B, you made some good points. Okay?
Speaking of David B, Lucas has given us.
David B is a monster of a musician, man. I
Lucas
love
donated in
that.
Streamlabs, and he says that David B is a sexy motherfucker, and that's
He
true.
is.
Wow.
He is.
Lucas,
Facts.
that's literally the nicest thing you've ever said about me ever so far.
He also
Which makes me think there's something else coming after that. So nothing.
Lucas
All right, good. All right.
also donated again and said, I wanted to say, also, I love Brandon Hanna, but he is a despicable piece of garbage.
Oh, you guys are.
He's-
Why are you guys
At
going after
least he's
Brandon Hanna?
winning. At least he's winning.
Yeah, I mean,
Hanna went after us. He went after us.
Yeah, he went
first.
after us first. We
But-
we gave him a shot. He was one of our. We were the first podcast that asked him to come on our show.
Mm.
We gave him a platform, and then he stabbed us in the back.
Yeah.
Who is
I
this- who
mean,
is this
you guys
guy?
are call, but you're call to action. I think everybody wants to go after you guys.
You guys already have traders in.
I mean, we've
your
you guys are like you've like cornered the
See.
market on the fan podcast, and I think now people want to be like, no, forget that. We're gonna go after call to action.
No. Listen, Suge, they made a mistake, right? Because they backstepped with John Roca and became his friend. And then they became, like okay with everybody and trying to like include everybody. And then guess what?
Is it?
Somebody comes along and stabs Kelsey right in the back. And I don't like that because I actually
Yeah.
like Kelsey.
Kelsey's great. I love
She's a
Kelsey.
very beautiful girl. She's awesome. She's got awesome crap hanging in the background and everything else. The only thing that overshadows her beauty right now is PLD because that man's a beautiful man. Look at that mustache, dude. Straight out of like Burt Reynolds.
I will agree with that 100%. Justin's a wise man. Wise
Yeah,
man.
and-
Wise words.
and look, bro, I'm just,
I actually like
man,
it.
you just see some. Thank you, Danny. But you just see somebody like, you see somebody like Hannah. Nah, for real. I said it before on multiple podcasts that Hannah did the most perfect thing, and I disagreed with Rocco about this because, like I said, even if he would have lost to Saul, like because of what he's done character wise and stuff like that, like he's gonna get himself a live match whenever live matches happen.
Yep.
Because he's automatically getting booed. Like he doesn't have to do anything else. He still can do some things to even build that up even further. But like I said before, he owes us an apology. He should be thanking us because we woke up the Wolf of New York Saul, and when we woke him up, it woke up Hannah. Because before now, people were just like, Hannah's a pretty good player. Now everyone's talking about him. I'm running my mouth about him. I gave him too much time to be frank. And like because of that is because of what he's done. So I think it's awesome, to be honest with you. You always root for the bad guys, but normally the bad guys ain't running his mouth about my fan-made podcast.
Brother, we're ready to be brought in. Now we're ready, though. Already. That's why I made my response back to him. And as far as
Justin came hot today. Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, Justin talks like this about him when we're in our private chats and we're talking. Oh, he's talking about him. Don't get him started on John Roca. We'll get in trouble.
Oh my God, yes.
You have a problem with John Roca? Is that what it is? Go ahead. You
No, we just think sometimes he says stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's par for the course for John sometimes.
Well, it's just like I said. He was talking about like Hannah and Saul both, and a little bit about Bibbs, about like doing these promos and stuff. And I'm like, for one, Hannah and Saul's promoting a match the right way. The problem that we have sometimes in the Schmodown is that we'll have one guy trying to promote it and one person just not doing anything.
Yep.
And with this, it was beautiful because both people got involved. I was more excited about this Hannah and Saul match than I ever would have been before they started doing what they were doing. And that's the way you do it. That's the way wrestling does it. That's the way even boxing does it. That's why, like, even in MMA, when Conor McGregor was running that mouth, like, they loved every second of it because it made people buy the pay-per-views. And that's what you got to do. And so for Roca to stand up and say, like, he don't get why they're doing this or saying this, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, he's been trying to cut promos since 1947. And he just now got good at it like 5 or 6 years ago. That's why we're hearing about him now. We didn't hear about him before.
Justin, remember your alliances, Justin.
But here goes the thing, though. Is like then he said something about Bibbs, and I'm sorry, but when has Roca ever kept his mouth shut for like more than like a week? No.
I told you, don't start
telling you
right now.
I'm telling you, if Roca wasn't on backstage, he'd be doing little Twitter and he'd still be doing his TikToks, which were garbage. He would still be doing all that stuff, and just to try to get attention. And then he's gonna jump on Bibbs for it, and then say, "Well, I'm doing it out of love." Man, screw that crap. You know what I'm saying? I don't love nobody that I do that to. You know, it's like, what? Please don't love me, John Roca. If that's your kind of love, John Roca, don't love me.
What about Ferris? I mean, we did say it in the Ferris.
No, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Ferris is probably the new hot star on our show, to be honest with you.
He is. He's a lovely boy.
He's the person that I like the
Boy.
most
He called him boy.
in the Let's Get Ready podcast.
Speaking of
Sugar.
Ferris, you ready to come on soon, or are you home yet? Because Ferris is backstage, been waiting to come on. Let me see if he's ready. No, not yet. Is muted still? Not yet. All right, he's still hanging out. He doesn't want to face the music, basically. Okay. But anyway.
If you get him on here, he might be more fired up than me.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go after me. First, he's gonna go after me, and then he's gonna go after PLD, and he's gonna go. Ferris goes after anybody. You see his rants. He goes after everybody. And
The only
I
person
love him. That's why I
that
love
would be
him.
safe. The only person to be safe will Kelsey. Kelsey.
Yeah,
will be
Kelsey.
safe.
Nobody
Yeah.
goes after Kelsey.
No one.
Like
Oh,
sacrilegious.
that's
And if
She's the best action
no, hey,
person.
and if anybody goes after Kelsey, we hurt him.
Look, I'm just telling you right now, David B. There's a reason why you never hear about anybody going after Kelsey. 3 people did it in the past, and you don't never hear from them anymore.
True.
That's because
I don't want to be
that's
that. But I
'cause,
don't want to be that.
That's because we took care of it.
That's
We took
true.
care of it.
Nice.
That is.
Kelsey is the best action person anyway.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I
Yeah,
mean,
Danny.
Oh, Paul, you're here. Kelsey,
Yeah.
person.
I mean,
Yeah, okay. Anyway, nice to have Danny on.
Man. Well, I guess
Wow.
that makes room to put Ferris in here right now.
Wants to come back on now. Yeah. Just learned his spot over. That's quite all right, you know.
What happened?
Hey, how you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing pretty well, Justin. How are you doing?
You sweet man.
Hey, you have the better beard, so you're the sweet man.
That beard is glorious.
That beard
is-
is glorious, man.
I
That-
get to see it all the time.
That
no.
quarantine beard is on.
Hey, man,
point.
when this quarantine
I gotta
stuff
give me a
isn't going
refill.
on as much and we get a live event, Suge's going to feel it on his face. So are you, Paul.
Oh, I can't wait. I'll just motorboat that son of a bitch.
Hot.
That's what I'm talking about right now, boy. I am excited.
I want to make sure I'm there for that. I want to
Absolutely.
witness this in person.
I do too.
Speaking of that, Kelsey, weren't you going to talk about some
I
conquest?
know. The whole reason you asked me to be on the show, we haven't even come to it yet, and I've been on an hour.
Well, Kelsey,
It's been an hour already?
Shit, Kelsey, we tease you.
No, it's been an hour since we've been live.
Since I like foreplay.
Good God.
Go ahead, Kelsey.
Whoa, man.
Talk about
This-
your sexual.
PLD, if it takes you this long to
You're-
do foreplay, brother, it's taking, you're not doing it right, bro.
Oh, I
Or is he doing it extra right? It depends on who you're talking to.
Whoa.
Yeah, Justin, what are you talking about, dude? I think Justin hasn't been with a woman for like 2 years. That's why he doesn't remember
Whoa,
fucking foreplay.
Wow.
Wow,
the
Shug.
the fucking
Ooh,
shade.
Damn.
God.
Damn. Justin knows what's
Damn.
up.
Hey, Suge, can you read my name again?
Yeah, I can. You misspelled it like you always do.
I just put the 3 dots, idiot.
This is literally us talking every day with each other. This is how we talk to each other.
That's true. Well, that's how pretty much action Harvey too. We tend to bust balls. We're big
Yeah.
balls with the community. Even
Big
I
balls.
Kelsey's balls all the time.
Always.
But Kelsey,
Always
please
after
talk
middle.
about what you need to talk about. You other guys, shut up.
Yeah, right. Kelsey, let's talk about you have some pretty interesting attractions that you want to talk about. The ones you want to conquest in your mind and otherwise.
Whoa. This isn't what I think it's going to be. is
Oh, we're
it?
going after dark. A little bit of PLD.
We're going-
project after
So
dark.
we were having a conversation in the Gucciverse chat about celebrities that we have things for. So I listed mine, and I got judged thoroughly. So
Judged by Shug.
I didn't judge anybody. I didn't say a word. I don't say a word about people's.
Larry was the
people-
biggest judge.
Larry's always a big judge. That's
Jake
true.
too. Jake was judging.
Jake judges everybody because he thinks he's hot shit because he's on a mod on every stinking channel in the Schmoverse.
So who was these? You said 3 people you picked?
No, there was a few. What the one that
7 or 8, 9.
You, golly, girl, how many you trying to like? Never
There's
mind.
it's actor crushes, okay? So the one that set people off and everyone like had opinions on was I have a thing for Pete Davidson, and everyone thought that was weird.
That's why I couldn't be.
Why
in
is
the
that
showdown,
weird?
'cause I don't even know who the hell that guy
He's-
is.
He's cute
That's
and he's
not
funny.
weird.
Who's that guy?
He's from SNL. He was the
SNL.
guy that was engaged to Ariana Grande for a while. And apparently,
He
she
also-
complimented. Yeah, and she
That's the
said
one
he has a
that
nice dick. So
Yeah, that's the one that Christian always saying. He has to have like a 10-incher because.
a huge
How the hell-
dick because he gets all these amazing.
Yeah, he got Kate Beckinsale, right?
Yep.
He got her too. Yeah, I mean,
he's funny.
You never
And
know,
his
you may- he
humor
may-
says a lot.
he may eat the coochie good. You don't know.
Man,
Like,
you don't have to have a 10-incher. He could
oh,
just
shit,
be
are we allowed to
girthy.
say that?
He could just be
PLD?
girthy.
No problem.
I just realized what I just said right now.
He also just
We're
had a
after
movie,
dark. We're after
come
dark.
out
We're after
too.
dark.
Okay.
Anyway, well, let me put this over for.
All right. And then another one, I have a big thing for Adam Driver. People make fun of me for that one
I
too.
mean, I have a thing for Adam Driver.
Thank you. Adam
I think-
Driver's hot. And he has big dick energy. So it's like, yeah.
I mean, I don't care about his big dick energy. I just think he's hot. I like his mind and his personality, and the fact
That's
that he
nice.
like fought for our country and stuff like that. Like that really turns me
Absolutely.
on.
He's very talented. Also.
That's a challenge. There you go. Challenge. What's a challenge that? What is Pete Davidson ever
He
funny?
is super funny. I like his humor.
He's obviously not that funny because I ain't even heard of the guy. Like I can't even picture him what he looks like right now.
You've seen him. Justin, you've seen
Adam
him. You know
Driver
who he is.
It's true. It's totally true. I'm sorry. He's not hot. I mean, he's not funny.
He
I don't know
is
about hot.
funny. He's got super like dark, dry, sarcastic humor, and that's like my thing. So
Speaking of Lucas's great quotes, Brandon Hanna spends his summer nights cutting tiny holes in the corners of people's screen doors just big enough to let bugs in. I think that's probably true.
Also, Brandon Hanna's a Mets fan. Like seriously, can we take that seriously, PLD?
Wow, I know.
He's a Mets fan.
Yay, sports.
As long as he's not a Yankee fan. That's
the
all I
fact
have
that
to
you
say.
admit that makes me question like your intelligence. To be honest
What
with
is wrong with? Wow, why are you going after Brandon like that?
you. Because man,
Wait, does Alabama
Look,
have a
I
team?
don't care. Look,
Does Alabama have a team?
Alabama have what kind of team?
They have a baseball team.
I don't care what Alabama has. I'm an Auburn
Okay,
fan.
then
We
I
have
don't know why you're
Auburn
going
has a
after
baseball
Brandon
team.
like that.
We were ranked in the top 25 in baseball. We
And
don't
nobody
care
cares
that
about
crap.
college, man. Be quiet. If you
Hey,
ain't
man.
got a team in your city, you
Hey,
ain't
man,
worth
probably
talking
start
to.
making that
Anyway,
big
Brandon,
bucks and then they get full
I'm
of
glad you're a
themselves.
Mets fan. Jesus Christ, Justin.
Suge fights for justice. I do appreciate that Suge fights for justice as he sees fit. I'll give him credit for that, definitely.
Just
No, he's trying to
probably
suck
not
a fart out of
just
Hannah's ass right now because he's
Wow.
hoping
When
maybe
did-
he'll
I was
change
talking
his mind
about
and be on
Brent-
our
I was-
podcast.
Oh, here we go. I don't want to. If you don't want to come on our podcast, I don't care. Why are you getting so angry, Justin?
I just want Hannah to be a man, and show up. That's it.
Face up, face him off, 1-on-1. I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
I get it.
I get that.
He don't want none of this, man. I mean, he's supposed to be the big
Nobody
star.
does.
Yeah,
Nobody.
because he doesn't want to go to the middle of nowhere in Alabama.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're not asking for that. We're doing it virtually. He can virtually come to Alabama.
It's the only thing you want to come to Alabama.
Version
And
of
I'm
Alabama right
only
now.
15 minutes away from Florida. I mean, I can claim that.
And part of Jake too. Where's Jake there too? You gotta get Jake in there.
Yeah, 15 minutes one direction, I'm in Florida. 15 other direction, I'm at Jake Alcavetta's house, and we're
There you go.
drinking a beer.
There
What's
you
bad
go.
about that? There is nothing bad about that.
Ain't nothing bad about that. Now, Kelsey, you had a couple others, some more interesting ones, I think.
Oh, I know which one you're wanting me to say, I think.
Yeah,
I
don't know. I just think he
Okay, well, Jake Johnson. I like him too. He's cute.
uh,
And then the one that the chat liked was Anna Kendrick. So
Yes, there it is. There it is. I can agree with Anna Kendrick. I like Anna Kendrick quite a
she was
bit.
my hall pass when I was married.
The hall pass. I have
hall
I have the list. We don't have the hall pass. We have the list.
You have a
Yeah, like-
whole list?
Yeah.
I was allowed one, and it was Anna Kendrick.
There's not but one woman in my life that I ever cared about, and that was Selma Hayek. That's it. That's all I cared about.
Ooh, that was a good one. She was a good one. She was definitely.
I'm glad I looked over at your
Was?
screen and saw you were
Was?
beating your
She
chest.
still
I was like,
is.
Golly, what's that
I haven't
noise?
seen her in a while. So I don't know. I haven't seen her in a while.
Remember her in PLD? Remember her in Dust Till Dawn? Oh,
Yes, dude.
Ooh.
Dogma.
Dogma was good, but Dust Till Dawn, man. I was a young kid. I damn near had a heart attack.
Even in that movie done by Robert Rodriguez, was like Desperado.
Desperado.
Yeah. She was good.
Man, I might be able to do this Schmodown stuff. Look at that.
Maybe look at that. Bet you'd have a
No.
quit.
Stop, Justin. Just stop.
Sure, was calling you out on that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I was like, just no.
All right, Kels. So that's your complete list now. You got anybody else you want to throw it out there?
It's a really long list. I don't think you want me to go.
Wow, Kelsey.
Hey, Kelsey, look here. Now, not everybody you name has to be like super famous. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you wanted to throw like Justin Hamilton's name in there, it'd be perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying?
Can you kick him off?
It's like Justin trying to make a move on Kelsey.
Trying to make a move.
No, dude, I'm just saying, like, I want to be propped up and like talk good about.
I love him. I love Kobe to death, but he's shooting a Kobe and airballing right now.
Ask
He's
the
doing-
question, Paul.
What am I asking? What am I asking? What? What question?
Ask if Justin's on the list.
Oh, is Justin on the list?
No. Man, I was trying to fish for a
Oh.
compliment. Like, well,
That-
like in a hypothetical world, like, you know what I'm saying, just to make myself feel good about myself before I went to sleep.
Could
Now
you
I gotta
imagine a
try
live
myself
event
and
where
feel like-
Kelsey and Justin actually meet after this? How
We
awkward
We know
it's
each
gonna be?
met.
We already met.
No, I know, but now,
Yeah.
now it's gonna be weird.
Danny did want to ask who the most handsome guy in the Gucci verse is, and he said there's only one correct answer. It's
Gucci?
gotta
That's
be-
Larry. Larry's the most handsome person in Gucci verse.
He has to because if he has to deal with Kaiser and Gucci all the time, yeah.
Hey, Heather, what's going on? Good to see you here. It is quite bad.
I don't know who
Hi.
she's calling ridiculous.
Hi, Heather. Hi.
She has no,
Hi,
she has
Heather.
no power here, Shug. So really tell her how
He
you really
has
think
no
about her.
power here.
She has no power here, Shug. She can't kick you out. Go ahead, let
Right?
everything go out in the open. Let it go. Let it
That's
fly.
true. I could give her the power. I could make Heather a mod real quick, but
Dude, do it. Give her the power, man. I love how she.
Oh,
abuses
don't,
it.
because
I mean,
Ferris
that's
will
it.
freak out. Ferris will freak
Oh man.
That sounds
Like,
wonderful.
there's at least 5 of us that would automatically get banned. PLD. You don't want
Yeah,
that. You,
she's got the band.
Wait,
you
Heather-
haven't reached the viewership yet where you can just start banning people all willy nilly.
Heather, this isn't a guy's night. Number 1, Kelsey is here. Number 2, you can hop on. I'm inviting you. I don't care. Paul, whatever.
David Lee's got the true power. Let me tell you something.
David B's got that true power right there.
this is a coup. I love it.
It's true.
I'd have her on. I'd have her on if she wanted to hop on.
Oh.
Anybody?
No,
I want to
Heather's
thank you
awesome.
though for giving me
go.
something I can at least laugh at for another 2 weeks, and that's the other night at the Gucci Verse after party. Like, swear to God, we all thought you were faking. We were like, "There's no way somebody could be asleep like that and be nodding around." Like, dude, you look like I didn't know what was going on. It
then
might
they
have
made
been
me
a
call
seizure
you.
or something. Yeah. I was like, Kelsey, please call the guy.
When you work
Please.
overnight, you just catch up on Z's whenever you possibly can.
I get
Did
it,
you
man,
fall
but-
asleep on camera, PLD?
dude?
It was,
He was in the waiting room. Let me describe it. We had the Gucci verse, right? And it went on long. And then PLD is one of the people that gets to come on after the after party because he supports it. He's in the Gucci verse. So he gets invited in. I guess he clicks the link. But whenever he clicks the link, we're having a discussion with Gucci real quick for like 10 minutes, right? Maybe 15. And then we start to let everybody in. We let everybody in all at one time. There's Kelsey showing up and then these other people. And then here's like PLD. And we thought he was playing a joke on us, right? We thought it was like, oh, dude, like he's faking sleeping because he had to wait in the back room for 10 minutes. And he doesn't stop, man. He literally, like, here's my impression. I'm going to close my eyes and everything.
Wow.
Like that, dude. And for a good 5 minutes, and we're laughing about it. We're like, oh, PLD, man, that was funny, man. Ha, ha, ha. But the joke never stopped because he kept doing it. And I was like, Kelsey, please call him. I was like, Kelsey, there he is. Who had that?
Yes.
Who got that, dude? That's Kelsey literally calling him right there. That's beautiful.
Oh
Who
my
got that
God.
photo? Who got that photo? Kaiser was like, dude, I think he's really asleep. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Who
That
took that
amazing.
picture? Who took it?
I don't even know who posted it. It was somebody posted it and put it in the Gucci thread later on. That it might have been Jake. Probably was Jake. Maybe it was
Yeah,
Jake.
probably was.
I mean, but
Dude.
hey, PLD, you work hard, man. You gotta get that sleep in, huh?
No. Look, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't make fun of him. I guess I sort of did by telling the story. But my goal wasn't making fun of him. I'm thanking him because like that literally will keep me going for at least another week and a half. Anytime I feel like crap, I'm gonna be like, man, PLD fell asleep.
It was funny. I gotta say, what happened was it was like 3:30 in the morning. I was actually gonna leave
Oh, it was
and go to
early.
bed. And then then Gucci said, "Oh, we're gonna wrap up, and then we're gonna go to the after chat." I was like, I can do that. So the show ends, and there's a time between the show and the after chat, and like next thing I know, I'm kind of like I'm dozed off a little bit. I'm like, oh, let's close my eyes for a second, wait for it. Next thing I know, I got the phone ring. I'm like, what? What's going on? What the fuck? Yeah, it was something else. But hey, you know what can I say?
He was so lucky that his voice, because I don't know if he snores or not, but as a bigger guy, I know most of us do. So like he was so lucky the voice like part of it wouldn't connect because it was silent. We just could see him like dozing off. But like, man, if that voice would have kicked in, oh man, that would have been straight up gold.
Man, now that has me laughing now.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's just all this hard work. That's when you get tired. You get tired from
Hey
looking
man,
at
you
this
out there
damn.
saving lives, man. You remember when Ferris tried to say something about Paul?
You remember
Oh
that.
yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
something about
our
his crappy job or
on our podcast,
Yeah.
he was making fun of freaking.
Oh no, I was remembering another time he tried to say something like on Call to Action too, right? Or on.
Oh, he's always saying something about
He's
it.
always
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, he's always trying to clown Paul, man.
But this one time, he literally said something like out of context that was like made him look like he hated first responders.
Yeah. Good job. They ain't shit. They ain't a good job.
I was like, wow, Ferris, you really gonna take a shot at PLD like that?
That's messed up, man.
He's
right
a
there in the
Yankees
coronavirus.
fan. What do you expect?
That's true.
Wow, dude.
Is
Like,
Ferris a Yankees fan?
Yes, he is.
Now I know why I don't like him.
Yeah, exactly.
look,
Dude,
man,
I am
Brandon
gonna
is
go-
like,
Yeah,
What kind
of?
I'm gonna go after the Yankees on my podcast on Thursday because
dude.
dude, you think you guys are all high and mighty? Eat some fucking crow.
Man,
Should I bring on Ferris now, or should I just like yell at
Do
him
it.
some more?
You
Like,
can bring him
from the
on.
background.
You can bring him on if you have to. You can kick me out.
Wait, is
You
he
already
is he
kicked
is he
Brandon out once.
is he in his
Is he legit ready?
yeah, like is he actually
Is he
at his
ready?
computer or is he in the he's
Ferris,
been doing
send us
our
a private
podcast
chat
from the
saying
back
you ready.
room. And like I'm like, come on, bro, we gotta look professional.
That's
I mean,
dedication
yeah,
right there. My man
You know, you
goes
can
and
see
takes
you can
his
see
lunch break
you can
and
see
does
my
the
you can see
podcast.
my bathroom right there. So I don't know how professional we gotta be, but
Yeah, see, now that's what we do here. That's what we do here. I'm sorry to say. I love you, Matt.
I mean,
Yeah.
no,
Because
the
Hey,
the
sure.
Yankees kind of deserve it for
Right.
being like all like high and mighty, especially against the Astros. Like, oh, how dare the Astros do that? Me. And it's just like, well, go ahead, Brandon. You're more. of an
Rumor
expert.
has it what the Yankees did is worse. They had a camera
Wow.
in center, left, and right, and they were zoomed in on the catcher. They then would buzz down to the dugout to the bullpen phone, then would signal to the guy up at the plate. This happened in 2017, the same year that the Astros won. So the Yankees tried to cheat, and they still lost.
So is that
I
what,
know-
is that what it is? I didn't know what the actual accusation was. I
Yes.
didn't know.
Yeah, so
Wow, that's crazy.
so that's what
It
it
is
was.
crazy.
And so basically, what happened?
We didn't get caught, though. Hey,
It doesn't
hey,
make it
that's
any
mean-
a hood
I mean,
mentality.
honestly-
That's a hood
Wait,
mentality.
wait. You motherfuckers did get caught because we're talking about it
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
right
So,
now.
like,
You all
you
got
didn't get
major
caught.
league
No,
Well,
no,
baseball.
no, no, no,
But
no,
you
no,
get
no.
caught now.
They didn't get caught. They just got somebody said something. They're not in trouble right now. It's only the Astros that are in trouble. So you can't say they got caught. It just means there's speculation.
No. They
Oh.
got caught. They had a letter sent to them by Major League Baseball. They
Sure.
decided, oh, we're not going to open the letter. So if we don't open the letter, we don't get in trouble.
Look.
A
Should,
federal judge
Have they
told
lost
them,
anything?
Hey.
Has they lost
What?
anything?
If you
Like,
can,
what
draft
Suge
picks
just said
or
was
anything like
this.
that?
always cheat.
Shug, are you
So,
a
like-
Dodgers fan? Why the hell are you defending the Yankees?
So there's this random.
Hey.
This is what Suge's saying. So that this random woman just witnesses a cold case, like straight red-handed, caught the guy, saw everything, murder, and then goes and tells the cops, and they arrest the guy.
Do you all
But
really
because
think
he
the
hasn't had
Astros
his
are the
trial
only
yet, he's
ones
not
that
getting
did
caught.
this?
He hasn't got caught yet.
Are you guys
That's
really?
right. That's just the
Guys,
bottom line.
Everyone,
Hey,
everyone
I'm
in
a-
baseball cheats. Everyone, the ones who don't cheat,
Exactly.
the ones who don't cheat have a terrible record, aka the
Half
Angels,
the league cheats.
the Mets.
So Major League Baseball said, let's just punish the Astros for it as the
Man.
scapegoat. Because if it was the Yankees, who are MLB's cash cow, they
Yeah.
were like, we cannot afford to have them have the bad press. So like, let's do the Astros because they're not in a big market. That's what happened because half the league is doing the same thing.
Oh, they're all
Look, David's
are.
right.
I mean,
Everybody cheats in baseball because when I was 10 years old playing Little
Try it.
League, the dude tried to tag me out when I was going from first to second. As he's trying to tag me, like if you knock the ball out of the glove, you're technically safe and you can get on base. I literally reached in there and just swiped the ball out of the glove and got to second base. So I
you pulled
cheated
it,
at
Alex
10.
Rodriguez. You
I
pulled
was
it,
cheating
Alex
at 10 years
Rodriguez.
old.
first, right? Slapping his
But-
first.
Let me tell you this, Brandon. Let me just say, Brandon, if you're doing a baseball podcast, I want to listen to that because I love listening
All right.
about sports. But the Dodgers, think about it this way: poor Clayton Kershaw, his whole career got destroyed now because of this cheating.
No. He
He-
was terrible in the playoffs well before this.
He was terrible 2 games. That game, if he wins that game in Houston, and then they win the World Series, his career just changes around. And
No, it
and
doesn't. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Him not
I
getting
mean-
a World Series has nothing to do with him not getting in the Hall of Fame.
and
it's
he's still
not
a
like-
first ballot Hall of Famer, but that screwed his career bad now.
No, it
It screwed
didn't.
it.
Because
did.
before every other year he's been awful in the playoffs. It's not like this was the one year where he
No,
did
but he looked
bad.
like he turned it around that year. That was the year that he looked like he turned it around. So I'm just saying, as a Dodger fan, it sucks, but I don't really complain about it because I'm more like, whatever. It is
Look,
what it is.
man, with all this baseball talk, I'm kind of upset we haven't talked about Sammy Bino Two Shoes, the old pitcher for the Baltimore. I couldn't think of a clever name. Baltimore.
David began kicking a baseball to a goal.
I'm gonna say what I learned from Andrew Guy, the words of wisdom. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's
So
Exactly.
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 And as we all know, John Roca says, "Eating ain't cheating."
eating ain't cheating. Yes, it is. But
I
Yeah,
do-
don't get me started on Roca's sports takes, Mister. Oh, I'm a diehard Yankees fan growing up, but I'm also a Dodgers fan. No, it's not possible. You're not a true Yankees fan, man.
Oh, nobody should be a true Yankees fan. Sorry, Nat. Anyway, did you have Ferris? I think Ferris is ready to come on. Somebody want to pop off and need a little?
It don't matter. You gotta pop me off. You gotta pop me off.
You just got here.
Yeah, but Brandon just got kicked off. I mean, I know you ain't kicking off David B. Look at that guy right there. For one, he's like, you kicked him off. I just kicked my own self off. And Kelsey's your sidekick. So the only person left is me and Suge. All right, we'll just go ahead and put you on the spot, Paul. Who's your favorite?
Oh, fuck you.
Whoever your favorite is, you keep on
Yeah,
the
Paul.
podcast thing.
Who's your favorite?
All right,
Hey, Paul. Oh, man, I thought he kicked off Suge for a second. I was like, oh, dude. I was so happy. I was about to talk so much smack.
We are a ship without
So
a
much
master.
smack.
Hey man,
They're taking over. Whoa.
all hell is broken loose.
We need our
God,
host
Paul,
now.
Paul, come back, Paul, please, Paul.
Now, this shit's been hot.
Paul, if you're in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
That's all Ferris needed. He's getting big. He's getting too big time for us anyway, man. I mean, that guy, he started getting call outs from everybody. Like, he's the hot ticket, man. And it's kind of like that. You're raising a son, like me and Suge was
Here we
raising a son.
Here we go with Justin's
And
freaking
the-
10-mile
dude.
monologue.
And the son grows up and becomes something you just only dreamed he
This
could.
is inspirational.
That's what's
music.
happening with Ferris, man. That's what's happening with Ferris right
Are
now.
you gonna keep going with that monologue or try it again?
Oh, wait. We're gonna sing. What are you playing? Here we go.
Just sing whatever you want, man. I'm just gonna play some
Okay.
chords, baby.
Here we go. This will be my call out right here. This will be my outro. Hannah, you're stupid. You're gonna get that ass beat by Damon.
Yeah.
Ferris is sexy. So are you, Paul. Paul, you sexy as hell. Look at that, man. That sounds good. Should kiss my ass. Peace, bro. I'm out. Thank you, David B. You're an amazing human being, an amazing man. Can't wait to interview you possibly here soon. Brandon, I didn't know you knew baseball like that,
Oh, dude, man.
but that's kind of dorky. I'm sorry. That's not going to get you any chicks.
I've had a baseball podcast for a year.
And Kelsey, peace. Have a good one. And y'all have fun. Let Ferris on here because I'm not going to be like Suge and try to hog all the limelight. I'm going to let Ferris have his
kick
time.
me off. What are you
No. Kick me off, Paul. Kick me off, Paul. Get me out of
I
here.
love you. I
Outta
want you to
here.
come back on next time too, though.
Yeah,
Man.
I got you.
All right. Here we go. We'll get look at this motherfucker right here. We've been talking about, and he's fucking frozen to me. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I was reading the chat.
So you have some stuff you want to say to us about a couple of different things about the Yankees, about that Point Break ripoff, Fast and the Furious. Do you want something? Come on, use your time. Go ahead, crap.
Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you. And
Fuck
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Kelsey, I really appreciate you. You're an amazing human being. David, I love
You are
you
as
too.
well.
I love you too, David. You know what? Yeah, Point Break. Yeah, it's not really ripoff. You're going off of one man's comment. Guess what? Cop infiltrates criminal organization, gets
One
seduced
man's
by a
comment?
criminal.
Wait. One man's comment?
Yeah, it was Rob Cohen's comment.
You know who Rob Cohen was?
Yeah, he was the fucking.
The
yeah,
director of the film who said,
yeah,
"Yep, we
okay, fine, whatever. Guess what? It's better. It's better. Let's be real here. It's better than Point Break. Like, let's be real here, man. Hey, let me tell you something. At least I know what the hell Dominic Toretto is. Brody out here lying to people thinking he a messiah, but really he's just a criminal using money to fund his escapades. But he's out here saying, no, the way we rob banks is because we're trying to break the system. But guess what? You just using money for your surfing shit. What system you breaking? You just robbing. At least Dominic Toretto, when he robs those DVD players, he gets the money and puts it back into his shit because he loves his cars. At least he's real about himself, unless he's lying to himself. And then guess what? He kills a man. He lies, then he kills a man.
Yeah.
Dominic Toretto's never killed a man. All right? Guess what? Fuck you, Paul. Yeah, fuck you.
Here's the thing about it.
Yeah,
Oh, he's so angry right now, Paul.
yeah.
You set him off. Yeah.
Fuck,
Why?
man.
So angry all the time.
Why?
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah,
Yes,
Ferris.
Mr.
Why are you
Why?
always so angry? You need to just say, "Woosa,
You know what?
woosa."
Hey, man, you can whoop side. Shut the fuck up. All right? You know what? You can shut the fuck up. All right?
I'm sorry, Mr. Yankees fan. I want to support a cheater in Alex Rodriguez.
Look,
I do not love Alex Rodriguez. Fuck
Dominic
Alex
Toretto
Rodriguez.
doesn't have long flowing locks like
Who
that.
gives a shit about his hair? Who gives a shit? About hair.
There, the history of movie cinema right there. Yeah, possibly.
Who cares? Allegedly, your mustache is iconic, but is it really? No.
Wow. Wow, you're attacking the mustache?
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer a goatee, Paul. Let's be real here.
Is it real?
Jackasses. Let me fix this.
Oh, you're talking about what you got on your face? Those little pubic hairs you got on your face?
Fuck you talking about a beard, bitch. Get out of here. You see this? It's full. It's full.
Knock Heather P. You gonna knock Heather P? Go ahead, knock Heather P.
Yeah, I will. I don't give a shit about Heather P.
Oh,
cares?
looks like Ferris is out of the
Wow.
Discord.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, Ferris.
Get out of here, back up.
Wow, Ferris.
Heather isn't the only one.
Hey,
with
Dad,
power
I'm
in
You went
the
too far,
Grounded
Ferris.
anymore.
Too far.
Really?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning for Philip.
Night Shift is coming in now.
Hey, Dad, I'm not grounded anymore.
Whoa.
Hey, this next tune is dedicated to Ferris. Get it? Because he's a clown.
He is. You know, I gave you a chance to show Ferris, and you let me down. Yeah, I don't know if I can have you back on. I'll have to see how that goes. Ferris is just spouting off some shit in the chat now. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Ferris so cute, Matt.
He really is. He's so cute when he gets mad.
He's like a little Ewok, you know. Just, I hate you.
That could be. Maybe a gremlin, maybe a mogwai, maybe. Anyway, all right, let's get on to the next topic of discussion. What do you want to talk about next? We have lots.
We had topics.
Well, we don't. That's what I'm
We
saying.
have topics.
I'm gonna start playing music to try to get you a strike, Paul.
Okay, we'll see what happens. We'll see if somebody let me know if the streaming goes down, and then we'll find out if I get a strike or not. But
I need a copyrighted music. I don't know what to play. What's like a good copyrighted strike? Senorita. That's
you gotta play
possible.
something by Queen for me. That's all I gotta do.
Queen. It's like
Because PLD is a queen.
I am. I'm a fucking fan. I guess we'll come with that.
that's all I know.
That's all you know. Well, that's good.
Fuck.
There you go.
Are we down yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
No,
Yeah,
no,
maybe-
keep going,
maybe-
man.
Maybe
I'm getting
Queen
down.
Maybe Queen doesn't do it. Maybe we need to go harder. What's harder than Queen?
Do a
Apparently-
quick version of the corruption team. That would
Yeah,
be
you know
nice.
what? That's what our topic is. Let's talk about some Schmoedown music that you got for us.
I can't do corruption on this guitar. It's too low.
Good. Tell us your Andrew DiMilato story you were going to tell us. That's something we can talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. So long story short, with Christian, a lot of what I do is just like I'll just write music and be like, "What do you think about this?" And he'll either go, "I love it. I'll use it for this," or he'll go, not really for anybody at the moment." Or he'll send me notes and he'll be like, "Can you write something that sounds like this, this, and this combined with this?" And I'll be like, "I'll try. I guess." And
I like
so,
the
like,
honesty.
I wrote this one tune. It's kind of like it starts off with like a slow somber piano piece, and it goes it's like a really heavy, like almost like a hip hoppy type of trap beat. And I was like, I initially sent it and I was like, I think this might work for Finstock. It's kind of like it's like the term that I used was like arrogant. It's like very like classical style piano in the beginning, and it becomes like this really like just typical hip hop type of beat at the end of it. It's like really like kind of loud and arrogant, right? It's supposed to be kind of cocky sounding music because Finstock, of course, we all know that whole team is kind of cocky, rightfully so, I would say. So I send
Thank you. David.
I send that to Christian, and he's kind of like, I don't know if it'll work for Finstock. I don't know if it'll work for anybody, but I'll hold on to it. And I was just like, all right. And that was like, I don't know, that was like in COVID years, it was like 50 years ago.
For the dawn of time.
So then like I tune into the Star Wars matches, but I tune in like in the middle of it because I'm just kind of busy with lessons and stuff. So I watch the match and I'm just like, all right, cool. But I don't go back to see like what happened because I already know the outcome of the match.
Of
So then
course.
someone messages me on Twitter. It was Josh Estes. And he's like, hey, whenever you have a chance, Christian said we can use Andrew DiMilante's music, so if you can send that my way. And I was like, I never wrote music for Andrew DeMolanta. which honestly, it kind of happens. It's happened a lot. Like a few of the competitors have gotten like copyright free music. Like
Right.
I know talking to Eric Nerd Chronic that he's really active at finding like license free music libraries to use for the promos and stuff like that. So I'm sure like eventually Cats just kind of asked him and he was like, you can just kind of use this song for right now. So sometimes people will be like, hey, I love that song, and I'll gladly admit like if I did or did not write it, because I believe give credit where credit is due. Like for example, a lot of people kind of thought I did Swag, and I'm always adamant to be like, no, Matt Reed did that. I didn't do Swag. That was Matt Reed.
Right.
So when Josh like messaged me, he's like, yeah, send me Andrew DeMolanta. I was like, I never wrote music for Andrew. Like I just never,
Right.
I never got that email. So then I'm just like, huh. So I go back to watch the match and I can't find it on YouTube. And I'm just like, oh yeah, it's on Twitch. So I go to Twitch looking for it. And Twitch is a little weirder to like scroll through.
Yeah, it is. It really
So
is.
I try to get to like the entrances, and then I hear a piano piece and I'm like,
Wait.
that sounds kind of familiar. And then I hear the beat drop and I was like, I wrote that. And then I was like, oh shit. And then this is something I told Eric. I was like, I asked Eric, I pleaded with him. I was like, Eric, it's like, I gotta ask you a big favor, Eric. And he was like, okay, I'll try to do it. And I was like, man, can you please make sure they stop using my demos for the songs? Can you make sure like you use the things that I send you that says master, please? 'Cause that's the work I want out. And he's like, yeah, man, I got you. And make no mistake, that song I sent Christian was 100% a demo. It was not mixed.
Oh,
It was
Oh my
roughly
God.
put together. So I'm just like, I'm listening to it and like, yeah, it sounds okay, but it's not like what I want out there. You know what I mean? So I'm just
absolutely.
I'm just like story of my life. Like he debuted the Den. That was a really shitty, rough demo. And then he debuts on I didn't know this too. This ties into another story. He debuted the Barbarians theme on Andrew DeMolanta's podcast.
Yes,
and I had no idea. And again, it was like another like really rough demo with like bare minimum like instrumentation in it. If you guys
Right.
heard Barbarians theme, it's like a full on orchestra. That shit took me forever too. That's another long story. But I sent him like the rough idea, and I'm just like, never worked it to where it sounds a little bit different, but the essence of it kind of stayed the same. And it's completely different. That intro, I'm just like, oh god, he's doing it again. He's playing my demos instead of like
The real thing.
the real official final
Right.
product, which ultimately at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal because like the idea is still there. And unless you're like a really hardcore music production nerd, you can't really tell.
Right.
But it's just to me personally, like it's just kind of like it's just
That's your work.
it's
You
that's
want to be
And you told that story. I'm like, so you sent it to Christian, and he doesn't say anything to you, and you're like, wait, what?
no
I
he's
thought you didn't.
he,
I thought
he
you didn't like that.
specifically he's and boss man, if you're here, I love you. This is
Boss man.
thank you for hiring me. I owe you everything. But no, legit. When I sent him that tune, I was just like, I initially sent it. I just kind of wrote it. It was just one of those nights where I was just writing just to write, and I was like, I think maybe this might work for Finstock because to me, like the word that always came up when I wrote it, I was like, this sounds kind of cocky. It's arrogant, and I was like, I just thought of Finstock when I heard it. So I sent it to him, and I'm like, I really think this works. It's kind of arrogant because it's kind of like the schmaltzy like piano ballad in the beginning. It's just like a hardcore like trap music hip hop beat at the end. And his initial email was like, yeah, I don't think it works. And I was just like, all right. So I just thought like, well, that's like whatever. Maybe I'll use it for something else later on, or maybe whatever, right? And then it's just like I have people messaging me like, hey man, whenever you get a chance, send us that person's theme. And I'm just like, I never did that. Like,
Sorry.
am
Sorry,
I
David.
it's like, am I losing memory? Like I don't recall ever doing that.
Sorry, Dave. That's because of me. Josh needs the music to send to me so I can do the
No,
intro.
honestly, I'm glad he sent it to me because I legit never would have known because I just had no reason to go back to watch the beginning of that match because I jumped into the middle of it, so I saw the outcome of it. So
Which
I mean,
was
I
amazing,
mean,
man.
I'm not mad at it. I'm glad that's his music. I just wish I had a heads up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
I just wish I knew. Like, I was like, oh, you're showing it off, okay.
Nice. Do you have any music to look forward to that you know that you're ready to? Not that you can show us or anything, but that you're excited about
Oh,
coming out?
I can show you. Is Christian here? Christian, real quick, if you're here, F's in the chat.
I got nothing.
Silence.
Well, okay.
You never know.
So the songs. Well, I think this is fine. Unless he reprimands me through email, then okay, I'm sorry. But
Better to ask forgiveness than ask
Yeah.
for
yeah, it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask permission.
situation all the time.
It's debuted. I think I know for sure he's played a lot of these tunes on SCN Live, but the one I'm looking forward to that I don't think people have really had a chance to listen to are the dungeons. So
Okay.
the dungeon theme I wrote, and I got Kaiser to give me some vocals, which I'm really happy about in the middle of that, and then Smet's theme that I did, kind of in the same vein as like the dungeon. So the dungeon's just like old school heavy metal. It's very like iron. It's more like Black Sabbath. It's just really heavy chords. And then Smet's theme it has a little bit of that, but it's a little more thrashy because it's like
Sweet.
a main riff in the middle of it. So I'm really looking forward to like fans really listening to that, to hear, to just kind of see. I always love seeing positive reactions, I should say, because guys, honestly, the negative ones really hurt and they make me feel like terrible. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
No, I love seeing fan reactions. I love seeing I legit love even I wouldn't even call them negative ones because for the most part, people are just like, I don't dig it. I like the original one. I'm like, that's fair. I get it. But for sure, Dungeons and Smets. I really want people to. I really want to hear Barbarian's theme live more than anything, because it's legit. I know Christian has said it's probably his favorite one so far, and that's saying a lot. And it's also because like that one legit took me a long time because it's legit orchestration. Like I had to find like a good full orchestra. I individually wrote like 2 violins, a viola, cello, trumpet, French horns, trombone, tuba. I wrote the percussion. I added in like tribal percussion. It was like a very ambitious 24-track piece.
wow.
So I kind of want to hear how that sounds like live and how that translates to live. When I heard Barbarian come out to it, I thought it sounded pretty good, but I think that tune's gonna sound way better live. So those are the.
I'm very excited for that.
Can you give us a listen?
Which one, Barbarian?
Yeah.
Give me a hot second, because this is like a weird little. I could do that though. Hold on. Boop.
It's always good to be able to hear when you do it because you can sometimes there's no noise, there's nobody talking over it. You can kind of really.
We mute ourselves. That's no problem.
Amazing in a theater.
That's sweet.
That is awesome.
Damn,
Like, I can just
man.
picture like that being at the beginning of like a really epic movie where the subtitle, the titles
Yeah.
of everyone and it's coming up and it's just like
It's very action heavy. So it's like the 3 main things I kind of used to write that was obviously Conan the Barbarian was like a main thing, main inspiration.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever played the Uncharted games on
Yes.
PS4 and PS3. That was another inspiration, was the Uncharted games. And then the third inspiration, the big horn part, was really from Christian. This is a good note. And it was like, make it more Goldberg.
Oh, gotcha. I can hear that.
Yeah, so I was like, I like that idea. So I kind of took inspiration for the horns specifically in that big section. So that's where, and yeah, that just took me a really long time.
It paid off though. It's so good.
Yeah, thank
God,
you, thank you.
It's gonna
That's a
sound
great
so
work.
good.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Well,
guys.
that's
Thank you.
gonna sound amazing.
Barbarian needs a live event.
I just
I'm
want
really
to.
impressed.
I want to
I'm
hear it
really-
live, and then the way now Barbarian too, because he's kind of owning like his entrance. He does that thing where he's like, right,
Yeah.
in the hair clip.
Yes.
Thing.
Oh,
With
with that music playing and oh man.
It's gonna be so epic. I just want to
So
I want
good.
to I want to hear that one live so bad. So
I can't wait till like SD has a little even more budget. We can get like pyro at the beginning. Like, can you imagine like him coming out with pyro in the background?
dude,
Yeah.
legit, like no joke. I legit, and I'm putting it out there for the universe to make it happen. I legit want to help the Schmodown get to a point where we could do it WrestleMania style, and like hire like a full band, like actually get an actual orchestra and horn players
Wow.
to actually play
Oh.
Barbarian out. That would be fucking epic if we could do that.
Oh my
That'd
god,
be
I
dope.
love this idea so much.
Yeah, I want to do that so bad. So
Oh, there you
yeah.
go.
Congrats, man. That's a terrific work.
Well,
That-
Phantom of the Opera, I get
that is high praise because that is a classical musical. So thank you. I appreciate that.
I get what you're saying too. I can get some of that from that a little bit. So yeah, sweet. I can't wait. I'm gonna hire David B to do a PLD Projects theme song when I get a.
And I'll probably botch it.
You'll never. If you're watching it, it'll be like better than anyone else I can get this. So for that.
Wait. I wanna go through the chat. When are we getting that David B and Ben Bateman do it? I love Ben. If he ever wants me to do anything with him, I'll gladly do it. But I'm just waiting for him to ask. And if he doesn't, that's fine too. I get if he wants to do his own thing.
I think. Well, he's doing his album, right? You heard the.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, he's doing an album with David Michael Frank.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you talk to him and things happen. You just got to put yourself out there and see what he says.
I mean, I'll let it be known for sure. But again, I don't know, man. Like I'm the type of guy I don't want to impose. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And
not.
I kind of feel like I'm at a point too where like people know what I do. And
Right.
if they want a part of that, I'll happily help. And if they don't, that's fine too. No hard feelings. Like I get it. So,
It's a good way to be, man. It would be. I think people would be dumb not to use you though. If you have the opportunity to use talent, use talent.
Yep.
You can't hurt.
am I talented though?
That's facts.
You're very talented.
You
David.
are very
Stop.
fucking
Stop.
talented,
I'm
David.
You're freaking talented.
I'm fishing for compliments. Thank you,
You're gonna get them because
You
you deserve.
deserve them, so it's fine.
thank you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You know you're fucking talented, David.
Thank you.
Come on.
Which reminds me, I gotta find Andrew DeMolante's theme. I don't remember what I called it.
Yes, please. I really need this.
Why don't you just go search through your email and just like Christian, just everything you sent Christian, just
I legit did I call it corruption? Holy crap! I am gonna spend the next few minutes looking for this.
All right. You know what? You want me to pull you off while you look, and I'll have somebody else come on for a little bit, and then we
Yeah,
can...
go for it. Yeah.
All right, that's what we'll do then. Let's do that.
Thank you,
David's about to
David.
go work.
Should I let Ferris come back on? Are you ready to behave now, Ferris?
Are you done being angry?
Hi, Ferris.
You done being angry? You ready to behave?
Hey man, sure, why not?
I love you, Whiskers. You know that. So, what do you think about the music there, Whiskers? You think something to David B about his music?
Oh no, I had to go check on the kid. I didn't hear anything.
No, you didn't hear anything.
That was honest, at least.
Typical. Well, you know what? We can go back to Justice League talk because you did want to talk about your Cyborg movie. I know you were itching on the bit when they started a conversation was going around with that. So, tell us about your Cyborg love. Do you love that Cyborg? Do you want to get with that Cyborg? Make sweet Cyborg babies with that Cyborg? What do you want to do?
Okay,
Damn.
he's not Ed Harris to me. Relax, Paul. Jesus. All right, because I grew up watching the cartoons, and I loved him in Flashpoint, the Flash movie, the animated movie. And then he was great in Young Justice when they integrated him in the third season with Victor Stone.
Mhm.
And then later on, not the weird Teen Titan, like not Teen Titans Go, but just like regular Teen Titans. I really enjoyed him in that, and like that's when I fell in love with him. And like it's literally like it's a man fighting to save his humanity. He gets taken over,
Right.
and it's literally him against the machine, trying to control his subconscious and his nervous system. They want full and utter mitigated control of him, and he's like, no, it's a great explanation of the human will. It's a nonstop struggle between him and them, and then it also shows that his dad loved him enough to save him, to sacrifice one of his biggest technological discoveries. In the process of him trying to save his son, he destroys his son in the process as well. Because one part of Vic Stone does die. It's like he's not fully there. Like a part of him has been dead, but his dad thinks he improved him. But that's not what his son wanted. His son wanted just his connection with his father, because his father didn't care about his football career. He didn't care about all the others. He was like, "Hey Vic, I'm in the lab. Leave me alone. Go get out of here. I got this alien machinery that's been here at Star Labs. I need to fix this. Oh, yeah, cool. You threw 8 touchdowns. I don't really care. I don't really care right now." And it's
And they actually go through that in the Justice League War movie. If we got that live, just like that movie live action, I would have been completely fine for Justice League. Justice League War is so good.
Yeah, man.
Have you seen the new one, the Apocalypse War?
Yeah, that stuff's crazy.
Yeah, that one was nuts. I watched it and it's nuts, and
I'm very intrigued to see kind of what we're gonna get in the next continuity, because it's basically Flash. It's gonna be Flashpoint 2.0. So some things gonna stick and some things won't. So I'm interested to see where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah, man. They got that weird Ezra Miller cameo in the Flash TV show.
Dude, that was so sweet. It
was sweet, but like
it was cute.
But in the process of they destroy all the other worlds. So now those Flashes live in the same world. I'm confused.
No, there are still other worlds in the multiverse, like the Star Girl show is on a different Earth.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in Earth 2. There's still other Earths.
How is that Stargirl show? Has anybody watched it?
I watched the first 2 episodes. I quite enjoy it.
My dad loved it. I haven't watched it yet though.
Yeah, I have one. But I do love the Harley Quinn cartoon better.
Yes.
You get her Kelsey
The cartoon is very bad.
all night.
I'm watching it because of Kelsey. I got DC Universe because of her. So I was like, I gotta watch this shit.
Yeah, Harley's
really the first scene
sets you up for the whole thing.
Like the first shot, Paul, is her smacking someone's kneecap, and you're like, oh, okay, the bone pops out.
Oh, shit.
And you're like, oh shit.
Yay, online streaming. Do not have to worry about FCC guidelines.
I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And then like it's just, and then like Joker like is inside of a person.
Yeah.
And he rips the mask off, and then like he's playing with the face. He's like, and I'm like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, what is this?
Somebody please screen grab Paris' face right now.
Exactly. I was like this. I was like, I was like this.
Please, we need to make a gif of that.
Like, what?
Nice.
Literally, I was like, Kelsey, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, Kelsey?
It's true. It's true, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that I don't know if I shouldn't say it. I'm hoping DC Universe to fold into HBO Max.
As long as they keep the content, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best one.
It's gonna be on both. I don't get it,
dude. It's literally like, hey, it's dumb. It's literally the stupidest rollout I've ever seen in my life. Let's roll this out, but then let's keep the other thing. But we'll still have the other thing on the other thing.
Right. Exactly.
Like just keep they already have tabs. Paul, they have tabs like on the homepage. If you scroll all the way down, there's a tab that says DC.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I've been on HBO Max. I love HBO Max.
And you will get so many subscribers. Like all the DC people, all you have to say is like if you have a DC subscription, we'll give you like a year free of HBO. And if you want to keep it, keep it. If you don't want to keep it, then thank you.
Absolutely.
Can I just say how much honored I feel to be next to Ferris right now?
Yeah,
live.
I get that.
For the first time. Not sure.
I get
Danny, we've been on like 4 Zoom calls.
But not live. That was not live.
Not live to the world.
Okay, that's true. All right, that's true.
Like it doesn't make sense because there's gonna be the Green Lantern show on HBO.
On HBO Max.
There's gonna be the Justice League Dark I'm not sure if it's a movie or a TV show.
It's a
That's
movie.
also gonna be on there. So I'm like,
movie.
just put it all
Hold
on.
it
there.
in.
Put it all in one thing. Give it
Yeah,
one.
and then 1 month on HBO Max, we'll have a certain set of DC movies, like Malcolm said, and then the other set is on the DC Universe app, and then they're just gonna be flip flopping left and right, and you're like, this. The
My
fuck?
only thing about the DC Universe app is the access to the comics, but they can still
That's-
just keep it as a comic app. Maybe make it a tiny bit cheaper and be like, okay, you can have access to all the DC comics here, and it's $3.99, $4.99 a month.
Exactly.
You know
You
what I
do the
mean?
exact same thing. Because I have both, and I'm splitting
Mhm.
the HBO Max, but I'm not splitting DCEU because I'm like, no one's gonna split this with me because no one
Mhm.
wants to watch this stuff. But me, yeah, and I watched it, man, and like they got Static Shock on there.
Mhm.
I got Young Justice is my TV show. Like Kelsey got Harley Quinn, I got Young Justice, and I'm sad that I think COVID kind of halted them producing another season, maybe because we waited like 6 years for season 3. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait another 6 years. I don't want to wait another 6 years for season 4. That's just too much. You know what I mean?
Marvel. I don't know if they
No, they
Comicsology.
used to, right? They went to
Yeah.
Comixology.
They had Marvel Unlimited.
Limited. Yeah, but then
Yeah,
it got
but it's
folded into
gone.
Comixology now or something like that. Chinese Comixology, which is good though too.
All right. I gotta go. I got work in a few hours, so we'll get off, and then you can bring on David B.
Okay, DB found his music. You found the next music. So Brandon, thank you very much. Always
Yes, I need the music. I
want
really
to plug
need it.
Want to plug your podcast, plug your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if you just go ahead and search my name, Brandon Buckingham on YouTube, you can find my baseball podcast. Base is loaded. I also do Schmodown reactions / play-alongs to every match. So just go ahead and check that out. Just slowly growing my channel.
Okay, excellent.
Awesome,
All
Brandon.
Take care, Brandon. Good to see you, man. As always.
You guys have
You know, PLD, I'm sorry I was
They're
being
only
quiet,
part of
but I was
it.
ordering food because I'm drunk as fuck right now. So
You do what you need to do, my
Of
friend.
course, you're.
I'm not.
I'm jealous. I wish I could order food.
I'm not surprised.
it's my day off, Kelsey. This is like my day off, and then tomorrow's my day off, and then I go to work at 4 a.m. So I was like, I'm drinking, but I was like, I need food because I'm
Hey,
I'm
sugar.
PLD's looking good to me right now.
Hey,
sugar.
I always look good at people. That's what I said.
Keep that body strong, man.
Kelsey, do you have to go too? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. I got work tomorrow. So thanks for having me.
I
appreciate it.
love having you can be with me anytime you want. You know that.
Yeah, thank you.
Kelsey, it's always a pleasure to be with you.
Always.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, I will see y'all later.
All right. Take care, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
All right. I'm gonna bring back on first. I'll bring on.
We just
Mike.
we just lost a lot of class.
We did lose a lot of class. We're gonna bring some back.
No, that
Philippe
should
on.
go. for
Philippe
now.
is going to be brought on. He brings up a lot of class. Action Army General Philippe Gustafsson. The night shift.
No, he doesn't.
Dave Walker.
Fuck.
Oh, he brings class.
Shut up, Ferris.
Fuck
Hey,
you,
Ferris,
Philip.
why are you so
Fuck
angry?
you, Philip. Yeah, Philip knows what's up, asshole.
That's why you're always
Wow.
angry, Ferris.
Wow.
Very angry. He's a very angry.
Always
man.
angry.
Yeah, you can take your elves and shove it, Philip.
We're going to listen to David B. come back on. He's got his new.
I love you, Philip. I love you.
Love you too, man.
So David B. He's doing his PLD impression now. I love that.
That's a great fielding.
Everybody fall asleep.
Wake up!
Sorry, what happened? What happened?
Exactly. No one can.
What
do it.
happened?
I can. You can't
Huh?
beat the
What?
original. Don't even try.
Philip, do you know what happened, Philip?
I don't think so. No.
All right, so I think was it 2 nights ago, Danny? Was it 2 nights ago?
It was 2 nights ago, yes.
Yeah, so 2 nights ago, Gucci does a show with Kaiser, and then what we do is we call it it's like the after party. So we
Yeah.
all hop on like the Zoom call, and and just to talk with Gucci, Kaiser, and everybody. Before the Zoom call starts, there's like you're in a waiting room, and Larry was taking a little too long to put people in the waiting room. And in the process of Larry putting people in, Paul nods off, waiting for the Zoom call. So there's a screenshot of him like this, just asleep. There it is. There it is. There it is.
That is amazing.
See, no. So Philip, he's asleep. Kelsey's calling him to wake him up,
That's perfect.
and then Kaiser's like, "Oh shit, he's asleep."
That's amazing.
Doesn't know to have a butt off.
What it is. What do you want?
And I might have to get on these Gucciverse things because they're
Please,
one of the
that's
few
fine.
streams that are actually going when I wake up. So
Yeah. Absolutely, man. They're good screens. They're good fun.
ELP would love to have you, my man.
There you go.
Please subscribe.
All right, David. Now you're awake and ready to go.
Yeah.
Called you, woken you up. Why don't you hit us with this next song?
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn good, man.
I like that.
Now, is that
awesome.
the demo version still, or is that when you've worked on even further?
No, that's the demo version.
Demo version.
And, like I usually just send Christian like a demo, and if he says like yeah I love it, then I'll like fine tune it. But if he's like no I don't think that works, I'm just like well bye. Like I don't work on it anymore. What's the point?
Right, absolutely.
So yeah.
Yes, Kelsey, we forgot. I forgot to have you were going to show us all your.
Wait, bring her back on. Show some fake Wonkas. Kick me out.
I love that. Next time we're gonna do that next. And you got
That's a
background
great
thing.
song, man.
He's hard right now after that song, so I get that. I get that. Speaking of
Justin's
Justin,
always hard.
Justin's been backstage for a while. Should we get him back on? Let him yell at Ferris a little bit. What do you
Sure.
think?
Yeah.
All right.
What happened?
I'm gonna bring Justin back on so he can yell at Ferris a little bit. That's all. You ready?
Yell at me.
Yeah, because
Yell at me.
Yeah, because you were giving him
Yeah,
shit.
come on, yell at me. I dare him.
Wow. Well, look at his eyes. Look at Ferris's eyes.
He does. He gets. I'm telling you, this is what I got to deal with every day with these two.
Hey, Ferris. Calm down, dear.
Shut up, Danny.
Good.
Not everyone is in a constant state of being high. Get out of here.
That's true.
I'm never high.
Yeah, you
I don't
sound
know
like
what
you.
you guys think.
You're definitely high.
I need to talk slower so you guys can hear me, understand me. It's not easy to do translations by the second.
True. Well, there you go. Let's see. I'll take you off for a little bit. Then we're gonna bring on Mr.
I was gonna say you can
Valentin.
you can kick me off for a little bit because I got
No.
Gotta go?
no.
yeah
Look,
I gotta do biz. You know what I'm saying, bro?
All right, why don't you go do
No,
business
it's-
then?
I just wanna-
bro.
I love you, David B. But I just want to say that that story that Ferris told us about some comic book character, that was crap, man. Nobody cares about Cyborg. Nobody walks around going like, man, I can't wait to get that new Cyborg comic book. Oh, I can't wait to get that Cyborg movie.
I did. I did.
Yeah, you.
So I don't count.
Yes,
You're
not
the
human.
only one
Not
standing in the
human.
corner waiting for
Hey
something
man,
nobody else
you,
wants.
you know what you do? You can go take your bitchy Luke Skywalker and shove it up your ass, Justin. You can hear me? You can take that. Yeah.
Good thing I don't like
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker.
Right,
He's
whatever.
like,
You can
well,
take
I did
your
like the
you can
Last
take
Jedi
your
with Luke
you can take your
Skywalker.
homicidal idol and kiss it. Shut up. Get out of here.
You're
Get
not
out of my face.
knocking Star Wars on my
I'm
channel.
not.
are you?
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
is he trying to run that mouth? Is he trying to
better
run
not
that
run
mouth?
that
Look at him.
mouth.
Look at him. He
Star
knows
Wars.
he messed up. See,
If you
that's
run
what
my
happens.
Star Wars, you're
This
done.
is how you argue with Ferris, right? You say something to get him hyped up, and then inevitably, like 2 minutes later, he's gonna fuck up and say something stupid. Like he's gonna say something like, "PLD's job sucks. I can't believe they even have him," or he's gonna say something like that just kind of catches him in a trap. That's all you have to do. You lay the trap, the breadcrumbs, and Ferris just comes and gets it.
That's a
Yeah,
very
see, I got to
hard
deal with this every goddamn day.
And he knows.
Okay.
And
But
Shug,
hey,
Shug loves it.
Just,
He
You
loves
act,
it.
no, I like
Yeah.
Shug. You act like no. It's funny. It's like Shug acts like he's not a handful to deal with either. Like he acts like he's a bunch of peaches and cream. Like fuck that. You're an asshole. You know that?
I'm your peaches and cream. Remember that,
No,
okay?
hey,
You
shut
know what though?
Ooh.
And
That's your
because this is so late, a lot of
That's
people
your
won't hear
face.
this, but I want to be serious for one moment. Right now,
Danny, Maddie, we know how that fight would go. I'll
Right?
kick his ass.
but right
Ooh.
now,
Kick his ass.
kick
There's
who's
more
ass?
than 30 minutes monologue.
Kick
from
who's
the-
ass?
I don't need to
Kick
kick
both-
anybody's ass on this podcast. Anybody who's been here all night, Kelsey'd kick your ass for Christ's sake.
Yeah,
know,
for God's
Paul,
sake,
Here,
yeah, that's
here we go.
Paul,
We're about to get a 10-minute
you know
monologue
what?
from Justin.
You know-
Go
No,
ahead,
man,
Justin.
it ain't a 10-minute monologue. But what I
You
do
know
want
what?
to point
No,
out
you
the
know
fact
what?
is
You know
this.
what? I'm gonna go get a
Look,
switch
all
from
the bull crap.
outside that grows on a tree, and I'm gonna break it off, and I'm gonna whoop everybody's ass.
Faris, I think he's about to give you a compliment, so you just shut up.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
No, my thing is
Continue.
this. My thing is this. With all the crap going on, a couple of things that's happened recently in Twitterverse, and just all
Twitterverse.
this other bull crap behind the stage with different people and all this other stuff. This is beautiful right now. You got Finstock, people from the Gucci verse over here. Danny, probably the most beautiful man on the internet. Like, it's unfair that Brazil gets that beauty. It should be in a better place.
I think Paul's pretty
Sorry,
beautiful.
sorry, all the people that love Brazil, but
Paul's
we
pretty
have the call to action people. We have the action generals in here. We have the Let's Get Ready to Talk Schmodown podcast.
The entire
Look,
channel he's here.
But
That's
yes,
true.
but it's
Follow.
but it's beautiful, man.
Where's Colin? Someone call
There's no,
Colin.
we're
Where is
not
he?
competing against each other. We're not trying to bring each other down. We're trying to lift everybody up.
Agreed.
And that's what we need in this world, man. So I just kind of wanted to say that and be serious.
Nah,
and then
man, I'm
after
gonna-
that,
On that note,
Ferris
on
can
that
go
note-
fuck himself.
You know what?
even though I said that Kelsey
Justin,
is
I'm
a
gonna
great
I'm gonna
action
go
person,
ask your mom to get a switch and whoop your ass.
Ferris, you're
Hey,
ruining
did
my
you see that?
compliment to PLD.
PLD, did you see that when Justin went on this whole thing about his mom getting a switch and whooping his ass and saw this and Brandon handed that? I go, what the hell are you doing, Justin? He goes, I mean, I love the guy, but you know what? It triggers me every time he goes,
Trigger.
because let me just put it this way. And I already know, all right, this is a 10-minute freaking rant we're
Trigger.
about to go on. All right, let me freaking go to
Let me
sleep.
give you an advice. When Justin starts to doing that, you just looked at his lips and just nod. Yes, Justin.
Nah, man, no, it was hilarious.
Justin, you're always welcome to do a 10-minute rant on my show anytime you want.
Hey
my
man,
friend.
you know what I'm saying? Some people appreciate and love it. I know Philip does. Like,
Philip.
I-
His name is Philip.
Look, man, I
What's
say
wrong
it how I want to. I'm from Alabama. I'm sorry, Philip. But I'm just gonna have to say it that way because our
Same guy who
education
called-
system is not very good here.
Same guy who called the man IKEA.
Oh, I did that on purpose, just like John Mariano. I called John Marinara.
John Marinara.
Marinara.
John Marinara.
Speaking of Marinara, he's a fucking man. He's a fucking
Well-
man. Let me say that.
Yeah,
he's a
I
good
love
dude.
that guy.
Real good. Real
Dude,
good
I was one time like on the thing with Riley, and like I was talking, and he was backstage. He literally painted a picture of me while he waited. That was one of the most amazing things that's ever happened in my life.
Yeah?
Second only to like holding my son for the first time.
A drunk
here's a real
drunk
thing.
John Mariano is very fun to talk to.
Here's a real thing. You need to find somebody in your life that loves you the way that Justin loves Riley.
Yeah,
That's true.
True statement. True statement.
Or
True.
if
No, no,
Philippe
no.
loved Lord of the Rings. That's
No,
it.
no. You need a man who loves.
That's tough, man.
It's like
That's tough.
Paul's love for Andrew Guy and Ed Harris.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's you got to
They're
find
both
somebody.
Harris.
beautiful men. They're both beautiful men. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, man.
Well, you,
Wait,
you-
man,
you-
I got video proof how much Paul loves Andrew Guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
so
That
Paul,
video
am I the only one in this chat that's actually met you in person?
Yes.
Yes, you are. You actually are.
That is crazy.
You don't know if Paul met me before?
Look at
You don't.
man. See, this is what we got to go through all the time. PLD, right? I'm gonna call you by your name, PLD. Pretty
Your
luscious
name.
and desirable is what it stands for, by the way, if you people don't know. But I'm just gonna say this is what I got to put up with, right? I got to put up with this guy above me right now. Like always, like he's always trying to one up somebody. Ferris to be like, "Hey, dog, I got this DM from so and so." She's like, "Well, you know, I just got off the phone call with like Kate for an hour. I can actually send her a real text message. I'll be like, oh, dude, you know, like I did this one thing," and then she'll be like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm the only one that met PLD live in an event."
I'm just saying it's true. I'm just
I
saying
mean,
it's
you
true.
don't have to bring it up all the time, man.
I was just thinking. I was looking at the camera and I was thinking about it. I go, oh, I actually met PLD. I don't know. Ferris hasn't been to a live event. Justin was in Atlanta, and I know
I'm
PLD
scared
didn't
to
go
go
to
to one.
Atlanta.
It's true. Very true.
I'm scared to go to him, man, because I feel like I'm gonna get assaulted when I first walk in.
Oh, you totally
Probably
will be.
are.
I'm gonna get
Absolutely
assaulted.
will be. all
Actually,
about
there is
love.
a behind-the-scenes story that
Love
actually
David B.
proves Justin point because Justin just proposed to me to get married so I can actually go to America, and then all of a sudden Sugar did an even better offer than Justin.
I did.
So I can't get what Justin's saying right now.
It's the way it is, man. You got to learn to live.
I'm gonna try to do a 90-day fiance with Danny so he can come to the States.
There you go.
Like, that's what's gonna
The
happen. Right
the
now.
Schmodown edition.
There you
You-
go.
hey, Philip, do you want to come too?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll marry you.
Yeah,
Bring
damn, hell yes, man. That's what I'm talking about right here. There's nothing better than a man that looks like Philip. I'll start calling it. Am I doing it right now? But
Well,
look,
what?
to want to marry you, like right now, I'm sitting on cloud 9. Look at these two beautiful men from other countries. Like it's just exotic. I feel like, man,
Oh,
It's a beautiful
What's wrong
thing.
with you?
Beautiful
Make
thing.
it-
look at this, man. Look at this poor, homely looking motherfucker from Alabama. And these two beautiful, luscious bodies want some of this? Let me tell you something.
like
Right.
the Germans say, "Liebe ist für alle da." Love is for everybody.
Justin, they saw you be able to take that tequila down. They know you can handle your
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
You're gonna do, man.
Let me tell you
They
something.
know. Hey, they know he could take something else down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
there
I got many
is a
accounts.
story for that tequila, by the way. After all that went, Justin, can I tell this, Justin?
What are you talking about? I don't know what
After
you're
The
talking about.
story after you.
Oh, bro, I was gone, son.
You
I
almost-
went
you
to
almost
Walt
passed
Disney
out.
World and got on the teacup, son. I didn't pass out, bro. I didn't pass out until I went upstairs and got in my
There,
bed,
David.
man. Like that night, let me tell you something. This man right
Wow, Kelsey, nice one up. Jeez.
Kel just one up Suge. I guess that's what it is.
here. Oh,
Hey, she
well,
she
guess
won up
what?
me real quick.
Wait.
Guess
Meg-
what?
Full of that
Meg,
sugar.
Wait, Meg who? Like Meg.
I'm sure it's probably Meg Sanborn. Probably. I'm just
Look,
guessing.
I'm just saying right now that I had that little moment with Ellis. She didn't have that.
Ooh, don't, either
The
moment in the
bathroom
bathroom.
story.
Oh yeah, she didn't have that. She didn't get to walk into that bathroom with two people screwing in the stall.
That you guys
Thank
definitely
God.
shared a moment. That's definitely shared. I've never seen Ellis so excited to tell a story about being in a bathroom with other men.
Did you watch Justin? Did you watch that SCN, man? Because like when your name got brought up, he was like, Justin, the homie, the guy from the bathroom.
Dude, man, I
Right.
shocked him because, like, look, normal fans and stuff. I'm one of those people. Like, I try to be my real self. Like, and plus I was drunk, but I was trying to be my real self around somebody that
Why
I
not
think of as like
surprised?
being famous, right? And Ellis is probably like the most famous out of all the people in this space because of his comedy and everything
Yeah.
and being on shows. So like, I thought I was be like kind of weirded out being next to him, but I wasn't. We was talking, but maybe it was because I was like drunk. Like I said, like didn't realize who I was talking to most of the time. But when we locked eyes and said we was going to that bathroom because his friend had walked in first and realized like, man, I think there's two people fucking in the bathroom. So we like both stood up and locked eyes. And when we went in there, I just think I shocked him because like most of the people would have let Ellis walk in first, let Ellis maybe say something. But I bust open the door and just say, is there two people fucking in here? Like just scream it. And like Ellis was like, whoa, he starts looking around like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy just said that. And he just walks over there, not even having to pee. Like he didn't even unzip. He just went over there to the urinal and just acted like he was using the bathroom and was like turning around, looking at me, talking to me and stuff and like joking around at that moment. But I just think it was because he was just like, whoa, wait, what's up with this guy? Which is what most people say anyway. Like,
Well,
sure,
you
that ain't
know.
fair.
We
Hey,
all
that's how you
love
gotta
you,
do. Sometimes
Justin.
you
You
gotta have
know
fun.
that.
Yeah, man, it's all good. I know
I
y'all
can't.
will.
I can't wait to be at a live event with Justin. And
Aw.
Ferris. I think it's going to be the most funniest thing in the world because we're just gonna probably talking shit to each other. Me and Justin will probably be drunk, and Ferris doesn't drink, so he's just gonna be talking shit too.
Dude,
I mean,
that's
he's
gonna be
already
great though
threatened me
because he
twice.
can be. It's gonna be great, Shug, because but it's gonna be great because he can be like the person that makes sure we get the right Uber.
That's true. You always need one of those.
Exactly right.
You all
Like,
need a person like that, yes.
Well,
Oh,
you
that
usually have
was awesome.
Billy Belford. Billy Belford doesn't drink, so he's usually the one that helps us out in that. So that's all you need, though. Got to add. It's
Dude,
a very
I-
important part of the thing.
Let me
was-
tell you
I
something.
I was
can't
so
wait to
smashed
go
at
to a live event. Period.
I was
Yeah,
so
sure.
smashed at
That'd be-
Spectacular. Like when I met PLD, I was so smashed, and he was talking to me, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What are we talking about?"
true. I had to correct a couple times. But you know what the funny thing was? I was probably pretty smashed too, so I might not have been talking anything.
Yeah, I don't remember what we talked about. All I know is at one point where I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" You were like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm Suge." You're like, "Oh, you're." Oh, we started talking, and after that, I don't remember shit.
After that, yeah, I don't remember shit either. I was fucking out.
I have video proof that Paul was
you brought
drunk
up,
for
like-
3 days straight.
You
I
brought
was
up like
drinking-
Billy
I drank-
Belfour.
I started drinking the moment I got a Spectacular, like the day or two before. I didn't stop until I got home. I think pretty much I was just drunk the whole time.
Yeah, in
Started that
Atlanta, I
bottle-
went straight to the porch with Jake. Like that's exactly me and Jake was having a meeting, and we just started. He was like, "Man, I've already had a couple," so I had to like chug some at the very beginning,
It was
just
that
to try to
bottle.
get caught up. But not like you brought up Billy Belfort, and then there's another guy, Jeremiah Morris, right?
Jeremiah Morris.
So they showed up. They showed up, and I've got to say, I hugged at least 30 people full frontally that whole time I was there, and those two was the only ones that tried to like get away.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's probably no. Just
I got a hug from
It's
Christian
probably-
Harloff,
it was probably
and
Jerry
he
that
didn't
looked
try to get
scared.
away from me. But
Have you
those
seen that
two
picture,
guys,
PLD? That it looks so uncomfortable.
I had not seen that picture actually.
It's on our Instagram. It looks it's so uncomfortable looking. The way
No,
he
no,
grabs
dude.
Christian.
Nah, man.
the way I grabbed Christian, no dog, like it's
It's
kind of
so
funny because
uncomfortable looking.
you're supposed to go up there like the little meet and greet picture at the very beginning where you walk up there and get a picture with them.
Paul has
two
an
on each side.
Instagram. He'll find it.
I walk, yeah. Danny will find it probably in 3 seconds. But that stalker, golly, dude, he's pulling up things should be in a Santa
I'm not
Claus
doing.
10 years ago.
I'm not doing that
But-
anymore. I stopped with my bad habits.
But
Well, to defend Jerry, he was that was probably after Lucas Shawshank assaulted him when he
Probably.
when he was caressing his
probably
beard. So he's probably
traumatized.
he's probably
I got you.
traumatized. He's probably running away from
So-
people.
So I go up there and they go to take my phone for the pictures and like I'm kind of in there. They take like whatever. Like I bought a shirt which I left in Atlanta, by the way, on the seat I was sitting at because I just forgot it
That's
there.
rough.
But I gave it to one
That's
of the
where the
people to hold
sober
my
homie
shirt
comes
so
in.
I could take the picture with them. And as I walk up, I'm like, "Hey, look, can I trade in the pictures for 2 hugs?" And Ellis was like, "Bro, yeah,
There
there's
it
a
is, there it is.
there
Look
it is."
how uncomfortable Christian looks.
Ellis,
So uncomfortable.
Listen to me. Ellis was like, he was all for it. Ellis was like, he straight up 100% was like, oh yeah, he gets excited, right? Mark Ellis does. He grabs me, I'm grabbing him. Way less of an uncomfortable hug. And while he's hugging me, he's like, "Man, Christian loves hugs. Christian loves them. Can't wait to give you a hug." And I turn around and look at Christian and just kind of like open my arms, like bring it in, big boy. And then you just kind of see him like, "Oh man."
No, he
All right.
didn't. He didn't want that hug. You know what that looked like, PLD? That looked like that girl that hugs you, and then you pop up, you get a hard on, and she feels it.
Ah!
Yeah, and then like she's trying to like she's like, oh no, that's what Christian looked like right there. I was like, I go, "Justin, what the hell, man?"
That is pretty.
He's like, "I wanted a hug." I was like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. That Mark Ellis hug did something to me. So I mean, it might have been the same situation.
Yeah, it could be. Christian never had a problem hugging me. I know that much.
Justin, I just
Do you wanna
want
hug
to go
Justin,
to America
Phil?
just to have a hug from you, man.
What's that?
Real. I just
Come to
want
America
to go
just
to
for that?
America.
Oh yeah, dude, I'd give it
just
to you
for that.
good. Look, I gave a man bartending up there in Atlanta such a good hug that he gave all of us double shots for the whole event.
Damn.
We paid regular price. Like these drinks were like I think they were $10 a piece, but instead of getting the regular 1 shot of vodka in the drink, it was some kind of strawberry like lemonade kind of drink it was making with vodka. But instead of pouring 1 shot, he poured 2 shots in every one of them.
PLD, that's what the bartender told him, but he really didn't.
No. We saw it. Like you asked Larry. There was me, Larry, Jake, and somebody else.
Oh my God, I love Kelsey.
That
oh my
that
God.
is canon now.
That's canon.
On tomorrow when SCN goes live, I'm actually gonna send it to Streamlab and go, "Christian, what'd you feel about that hug from Justin?"
Should be.
Please, please do it.
Your honest opinion. Your
I'm
honest.
Give us your honest opinion.
I'm not famous enough for him to remember that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, what is happening?
Yes,
What
yes,
the hugging
yes.
Josh?
Yes, you will, Josh.
yeah.
Josh
Oh
Freeman.
yeah. You might want to send it in like after you hug Josh.
Remember how when you hugged Josh in Atlanta? Did you feel his heart on?
We're not talking about Estes.
Not the Estes, please. No, he's gonna be mad if you do that.
That's okay, Justin. You can give me a full frontal hug anytime you want when we meet. It's fine.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
take a
man,
full
it's,
frontal
it's good stuff. It's like I said, hugging right now is safer than handshaking and high fiving.
hug. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
Man,
if I feel your heart on, I'll be okay with it. I'll just go with
yeah,
it.
that's good. It was whatever, man. It's a natural process.
It is, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I hug some dude and I feel his heart on, like I'm pretty happy because like I'm like, man, you know what? I'm a pretty sexy bastard for this guy to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know of anyone in this world that should be mad because they gave another person a heart on. Like it's not nothing violating. It's basically like telling me like, yo, bro, I get it. I see. I
Hey,
understand.
just if you hug me, you're
It's a
gonna have a
compliment,
hard
man.
on.
It's
You're
a
gonna have a hard on.
It really
Look,
is, man.
Danny, I don't know, man, because like, whew, like I love horror movies and stuff, but like look at you, man. Just look at you. There's
It's
3 dead bodies
horrible.
underneath that bed right now.
There is no dead bars beneath my bed. I promise.
They're still alive. They're just my man. They're still alive, bro.
You
Oh.
don't know it, brother.
PLD, are you gonna be coming? Are you gonna come to LA if that's the first live event?
Spectacular? In December?
If the first live event is spectacular, are you gonna?
I am
Come out here?
99% sure I will be, yes. I had a flight already planned for Disney World at one point, and then COVID took over, so I'm just going to use that flight, and I'll use that for the first live event in LA. Especially
Even
if,
I'm preparing to go to the spectacular.
especially if I've heard the way it might go, they might have an action live event before Spectacular, or like before the first live event as well. I might go out an extra day early and do that and see that too. So
I mean, I've already
The whole
said that if it's in LA, I'm taking the week off because I'm gonna get Justin out here and Ferris, and me and Justin probably be drunk the whole week. So,
nice.
so
Nice.
Dude, if that's the case, if we got a weak son, let me tell you something now. You talking about Gucci verse, people entering that, I'm going above and beyond, man. There's got to be a plane on another existence that's beyond that.
Of course
Like-
there is. Is the
See,
good-
and remember, Justin, I'm a what is it? The top one in Gucci
You're an
verse.
executive.
And so, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
an
yeah,
executive.
yeah.
So I get
As
to meet
it
up with
should be.
Gucci twice in 1 year.
Dude,
so
what
I'm
if
gonna
you
use that one.
what if
I'm gonna-
what if you play that card and we get to actually stay at his house for the weekend?
That's not happening.
I don't think
You know what? I
Eric
gotta say, honestly, would anybody really be shocked if Gucci just let that happen? Because
I'm gonna be honest with you, like for whatever reason, he likes me.
he'll probably let Larry, but us, nah.
For whatever reason, man, he likes me. I don't know why, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but does he like you enough to be like, hey, yeah, you can sleep on my couch?
I don't know how to answer that either for you, but you have to decide that for yourself. But yeah, Kelsey's definitely that's good. And we hope she'll be there as well. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best, man. Especially, I mean, it sounds like Shug's gonna at least get half my ticket on the plane trip, and then that's
everything honestly said. I mean, the way it's building up, it'd be a kind of a crime.
We're gonna-
against it.
We're gonna
Christian wants-
need to
get me a
do look,
ticket
bro.
as well.
Christian wants a big card. He wants a big long card, with like all championship matches and all good matches. If they have an action event before then, if you have the Mark Ellis comedy, I mean, it's fucking worth it, man. It's fucking worth it.
Nah, man, and with
I
the
need
one
a
thing,
Schmoedown Europe.
Go down
well,
London.
hey, but I will say this for the
I'll
two
do
people
London,
next to me,
sure.
the two people next to me out of country. I will say this because of COVID, like the airline tickets are like super cheap. So like if this live event happens like right after people like and it starts opening up more, and they're able to do the event,
I built a sneaker.
like they still might be cheap.
Could be.
It is, yeah, but it's also like pros and cons. It's cheap, but you also risk killing everyone. So,
Well, I'm saying like, you know, obviously they're not going to have the live event until they're allowed to,
yeah.
Right.
Of course.
which I don't think they're going to allow that many people to gather until like a certain point. Like, so
Yeah, I'm so
we'll
pissed
see what's
off
up.
about Free for All because I had bought Mark Ellis tickets. I was going to see Kelsey there. Heather from the Bandit Brigade was supposed to be there. We were supposed to get drunk together, and like I was,
Bandit Brigade, Bandit.
I was so angry. I was so angry, but I knew Paul wasn't going to be there. So then I feel better because I was like, oh, I'm not going to see Paul. So
That's what happens. man.
I wanted to see Paul more than anything. But I do plan to try to go to an East Coast trip. I already told my girlfriend that I plan to do that. So
New York is the one, man. New York events are always.
I've never been to New York. My dad's from New York, and I've never been there. So
I'll say this, man, the Atlanta crowd, I don't know if it came through good on the like actual footage or camera or whatever, but the Atlanta crowd was hype. The Atlanta crowd was hype because like it reminded me of like we're such a big football and stuff area, and we wasn't getting anything because of all the stuff that happened, and we didn't have nothing to cheer for, and then they just gave people reasons to go cheer for something.
Right.
There was
I heard Chicago was insane.
Yeah, I've always heard that too. I don't want to knock Chicago, but like I've always had a thing that they had like, the most people, it was 1,000 people.
Yeah.
But you got to also understand that was Celebration, so everybody was right there at Celebration, and they had a Star Wars event, like that same like a Star Wars match and everything else. So it's kind of hard to compare that to everybody else.
Yeah, yeah, New York's the way to go, man, because they're insane.
They're hyped. They're always hyped.
They're insane, man.
And you get some banging parties afterwards as well. It's been a lot.
That's why I want to go to East Coast one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to go to East Coast, see some family, and then, like I said, I've never been to New York in my life, and my dad's from New York, and so I'm like,
yeah, me neither, man. I've never been to New York ever.
True. New York is a good place to go, man. Another East Coast one to be good to.
Here's the thing for me. If Christian announces by August the date of the spectacular, and some things that I need to happen happens, I might be able to go to a spectacular.
That'd be awesome.
You're staying with me, so it's okay.
But the problem is, Christian needs to announce it earlier because there's not a problem that
Phillips to get out of country and come into country.
Because Phillips doesn't have this kind of problem, but for me, I will need to get a tourist visa, to be able to go to America. For this to happen, I need to have. I don't think so. I don't think England needs this.
No. England, they still have to have like the same thing that anybody else has. Now, it may be easier for him because we may allow more people coming in from those countries or something like that, or it may be an easier access. But no, they still have to do like the whole visa deal and stuff. I don't think Philip can go jump on a plane and say he's going to America, and them just be like, "Well, he's from Great Britain, so we'll let you come for."
He's not from Great Britain.
He's from Sweden, by the way.
Oh, okay, but thank you for the English compliments.
I mean,
it's like England would be very convenient because then I can be. Well, I haven't actually been there since the whole Brexit thing, so I'm not sure what the process would be now. But yeah, it would definitely be more complicated to go to America.
Right, but like the thing is though, is like you said, Sweden. Them people have always been neutral. We should not be harboring any effects.
No, we're friends with everyone.
That's what's in.
Yeah.
Well, your country is. I don't know about. I mean, you and Ferris I wouldn't say you're friends, really. So.
Yeah, no, we're not friends.
That's why I need the Christian to just give the dates before. See, if he gives the dates earlier, I may work something out to go to America.
Sweet. That would be very cool. That'd be very cool. So.
And I'm gonna stay in Sugar's house.
Hell yeah, you are. Matter of fact, I'm gonna kick my girlfriend out. You can stay in the bed with me.
Nice.
I would love to.
Well,
it's gonna be you, me, and Justin.
You're gonna earn your room and board. It looks like.
You're in the middle, Danny.
Damn right he is.
He's the meat in the sandwich.
Give me the big spoon.
I'm always this, my boys.
Nice.
The curved spoon.
Well, everyone, it is getting late in my.
Yes, it's been late.
4:30 in the morning for me out here.
5:30 in the morning for me.
We just been rambling about just nonsense for I don't know how long.
And I've had like 7 to 15 people the whole time, so I'm happy that people stuck by us and watched through all this nonsense that we are spewing.
That's another problem with.
Oh, go ahead, Philip.
Hopefully,
yeah, that's another problem with America. If I would go to an American live event, I would just be jet lagged out of my mind for the whole thing. It's 10:30 here right now.
You'd have to come like early and like try to work yourself.
Yeah.
For me to go to LA, it would be that long. It would be like a 13 or 15-hour flight. So I don't have.
I think it's a 9-hour
your
difference.
time zone's not as. But your time zone. The biggest thing with Philip is the time zone.
No, he's way farther than me.
Yeah. Your time zone, you might be skipping like 2 hours.
I think it's 9 hours from here to LA, like time zones, not like travel.
Damn. All right.
But I will. I do want to thank you, Paul, for letting me come on here and be able to tell basically Hannah can kiss my rear end on this, and not have to like do it on our podcast for real. I was able to have an outlet.
Your podcast or both podcasts, Justin?
But I'm, you know what I'm saying. I use this late night
Hold
coverage.
up. I want to ask PLD something before he signs off. Do you see this bullshit? So do you imagine if Call to Action gets nominated for a podcast, and Let's Get Ready, but then also Finstock. This jerk off gets to be on two nominations. That should that be allowed, PLD? Shouldn't be allowed, right?
Bullshit. Unless I decide to get on the Finstock Initiative podcast soon, then I'll say it's allowed. But otherwise,
Look.
We are not going to be nominated.
Yeah, they're not going to be nominated because Christian stays away from Gucci as far as he can. He'll say he's my best friend, but then the next sentence he's like, "Y'all have fun with that over there."
Yeah, man. Yeah. He'd be like, "Yo, man, I've known Tom Dagnino for like 25 years, man. That's my boy, ride or die." Yeah, no.
All the hard work that we do, all the intro videos, custom intro videos, keep out. None of this matters.
Then he takes a look at Ask Gucci. He goes, "Yeah, I can't be associated with that."
No, I can't. I can't do that. Not gonna be able to do it.
Not gonna.
By the way, check out Kelsey on the last episode of Ask Gucci. She was phenomenal.
The crazy part is when you talk to Gucci, like you realize why Christian's such a good friend with him because the guy is so
we're
smart, man. He's so smart, but he says it in a dumb way. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's so intelligent, but the way he says it, like you kind of question it. But he's still like, then you think about it afterwards, you're like, man, he broke down. The other night, somebody asked him about the Schmodown on one of those little after shows. And he broke it down better than I've seen any of the other managers clearly, period, do anything. And he didn't just talk about his faction. He talked about all the other teams. Mm-hmm. And like the mistakes they made that they should have did this, this, and this.
You're right.
And I'm like, bro. Like, but he won't say that on his normal show. He'll just be this Finstock thing or whatever. And then like,
man.
That's why people needed to subscribe to the Patreon in the Gucciverse to see what Tom Dagnino really has to say.
Hey, you waited too late for that, Danny, because there's like 6 people watching, and I'm pretty sure we're
done.
I tried.
Since Kelsey was on, we should let her. Since we're gonna plug things, I'll plug Kelsey. Kelsey, what do you want to? Well, that didn't sound bad. Kelsey, what do you want to promote? You want to promote your YouTube channel? You want to give me the link? I'll put it in the chat for you. Forget Kelsey has a YouTube channel.
She has a YouTube channel at Kelsey Kings 90 on YouTube. Just look it up. Her face will pop up. You click on the YouTube link. You watch her Harley Quinn reviews. She's a very positive person. She's an amazing person.
Yeah,
she's probably the best out of all of us. Honestly, let's be real here. Now we're a bunch of fucking degenerates. Let's be real here, man.
There you go. That's for Kelsey.
I'm not degenerate.
Philip has been a top gentleman.
Thank you. I've been very thorough.
Yeah, phrasing, Kelsey. Phrasing.
Right on the nose. Right on.
Oh yeah, that's kind of messed up.
She's cool. All right. So, Philippe, you want anything to plug? Any socials you want to plug?
Nah, man, I don't have anything to plug. No, I'm good.
Well, you know what, Philippe, just so you know, the call sign, did you know that they want to give somebody a call sign Boromir? Are you going to be okay with that? You not being Boromir?
That one, like, I think I would feel
Doesn't he
about
die?
the same. Shut up, Paris. I think I would feel about the same as your face when they gave someone call sign Jameson.
That was a little rough
because I saw in your eyes that like something inside of you died.
I think my soul kind of left my body at that point.
It did. Yeah.
God damn it, that PLD's a thing.
It would hurt.
Damn it.
She's all right. All right. Justin, why don't you plug away?
I'm a lucky gentleman that gets to work with these two guys above me, Suge Knight and Vic Stone, aka Ferris, on a podcast that I enjoy doing very much. I'm also lucky enough to possibly be nominated twice because of what you said earlier, because I'm part of the Finstock Initiative. We're still going with the Finstock Exchange podcast right now, but that stuff's, the rebranding going on over there. I get to work with Mr. Danny over here.
Finally.
Larry, man, I've told you I loved you like 3 times on here, Danny. Don't be so emotional, man. I love you, man.
I
love you. I'm holding the microphone closer to my mouth so you can hear the fact that I love you, Danny.
Should we make it a trifecta, Justin? Hire you to C2A?
Hey, man, I'll show up.
Hey, he don't care what podcast is, PLD. He be on anything. He gets around like that. We call him a hood hopper.
Hey.
But every now and then, I'm not a constant guest. I'll be popping in every now and then. So like the Gucci verse, man.
Man.
That's actually way cooler than what people might want to think it is.
It's way
super
cool.
awesome.
2-bit, no teeth having whore.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
All right, Sandy,
You are
make your
just-
plug. Make your plug so we can get out of here.
That's messed up, Ferris.
So you talking to me, Paul? I didn't hear you because of just okay.
No, man.
Go ahead, make your plug.
Thanks.
Make your plug
So-
because Ferris can go fuck himself.
Of course. You can see me at the Gucciverse inside the Thinkstock Exchange podcast. So I just want to thank you, Paul, for inviting me for the first time. We are waiting for that for a long time, my friend, and I hope it's not the last one. There are still
Definitely.
some things that I want to do with you. You know that, and you are the one of the person in this community that I love the most. You know that. All the conversations that we had is something that is really important to my life. So thank you very much.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime, and definitely won't be the last one. So, absolutely, my friend. All right, Ferris, I'll give you a shot. Say anything wrong, I'm gonna rip the fuck off, though.
Hey man, it was great, being on the last time I'll ever be on the Paul Denuzio project.
You motherfucker.
I'm at the Let's Get Ready on YouTube, the Let's Get Ready everywhere. That's where I am. That's where I'm gonna be. That's all I got.
Thank you, cool name Whiskers. Call sign Whiskers. Shug, let's see what you got.
I don't need to plug anything. These two gentlemen plug for me because they're awesome, dude. I love them to death. They're two of my best friends. Danny, I love you. Philippe, always nice talking to you. And Paul, I love you to death, man. You are a real inspiration to me, and
all
appreciate
of
you
us.
for all the advice you give me and everything like that. So that's all I got to say. I'm waiting for my food right now, but I love all you guys and appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
You
kid.
were there a
love
long
all
time
you.
ago. You're gonna have to slap somebody
for,
upside the head.
Thanks for accepting my invitation to be on tonight. This is a little informal live hang. I try to do these every once in a while, and hopefully we'll just do some more. Talk about whatever we talk about. We went 2 hours and 40 minutes talking about nonsense, and people loved it. So that's good for me. So you can find me at Paul_Denuzio on Twitter. I'm on Call to Action, where I do the chilled action. Tomorrow we're talking to the Barbarian.
Next time you have a Star Wars show and I'm not on there, I'm gonna be kind of mad about it. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough. I was actually going to talk Star Wars at some point. We kind of ran out of time at this point. Next time, definitely next time. We got a lot of Star Wars to talk. But you can also find me on the Action Industries YouTube channel with Ben and Drew. I run their Patreon, and also I do a show called Class Action with Richard Derek Jarvie. And I got some cool guests coming up on that. And then you're here. So I'm going to be doing the Harris Dance will be coming up sometime soon. I'm getting very close. I'm also wanting to start an interview show of my own. I'm going to be calling it Generally Speaking. Trying to be interviewing mostly Action Army members for the most part, but I'll probably branch out and do some others as well. So that's it for now, I guess. So, hit that thumbs up, like.
Paul, man, when are we gonna do our Fast and the Furious call to action, man? I mean, class action. Yeah,
that could happen. That could happen at some point. I'm gonna wait. I
Come
think
on,
I want to
man.
wait when the new one comes out. We'll probably. That's what I'm trying to wait for. Then when the new one comes out, we'll do something near about that time.
see you in April then. See you in
Definitely.
April.
We'll definitely
I'll
have
probably cut off communications with you like right beforehand.
I'm actually going to cut off. I'm always being nice to him now. As soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm unfriending him. So that's what I love.
That hurts.
All right, guys.
That hurts.
Take care of yourself. Have a good night, and I will see you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.